And hello. It is ChubbyRay Comics live. It is the RoundTable, everybody. Here we are talking one of my favorite things in the world. We're talking comics. You guys know I love it. And I love it when we get an audience to watch us. My guest today is Yoo-Hoo. What's going on, Yoo-Hoo?
Nothing much. I'm doing well, chilling, reading my comic books, making my comic book videos. Nothing too crazy to report right now.
We will talk about your journey into being a comic content creator. And like I do with every guest, I start with let's hear your comic book origin story. How did you get into comics?
Yeah, no, mine is pretty. It's very similar to the origin story I think a lot of guys my age have, where I grew up. I loved comic books. Batman the animated series. That was my jam. I was like 8 when the MCU, like Iron Man came out. I was 8 when that happened, so I kind of grew up with the MCU. I loved that. And the cartoons, the video games, Batman, the Arkham games were a huge moment for me as a child. I remember playing that over and over and over again. But I never really read comic books that much. My dad was a really big comic book guy, actually. I remember when I was like a kid, the last thing he ended up pulling from the comic store was Avengers versus X-Men. So I remember like seeing him every week come home with like a new AVX cover.
Oh,
I didn't really I never read it.
How old's your dad?
He's in his 50s.
Oh God, I hope he's younger or older than me. Oh my God. I hope he's older than me. Then I feel ancient. No, but it's good. It's awesome though. I think it's great that your dad was a comic. How excited was your dad when you got into comics?
Well, so here's the thing, right? I grew up and I would steal his trade. He was kind of protective about his comic books. And so I would like go into his little library because he read a lot of fantasy as well. Right. He was huge on the Star Wars expanded novelization universe. So he had all of those and all these fantasy books. And I would like climb. I was like tiny little kid. I would climb up on the bookshelf and I would like pull off his comic book trades. And the ones that I would always read over and over again was the Batman Nightfall trade and the Civil War trade. Those were the ones I remember reading all the time as a kid. But I never really read much outside of that, and I never told my dad I read them. So he didn't know because I didn't want to get in trouble for like going into his closet and taking it without his permission. But then that was kind of my exposure, just like reading a little bit here and there.
So your like first comic exposure was basically stealing from your father's library. That's awesome.
Exactly. But then I loved comics. I read some of the hits, like I read Year One at some point. I read Watchmen at some point. I remember I tried to read like an old X-Men comic my dad had, and I did not like it. I was like, who are these guys? Why is Professor X a jerk? I don't know what's going on right now. And so I kind of fell off comics. I think after Endgame came out, I went into college and, started focusing on my studies, all that stuff, and trying to find a job. And I was just like, it's childish, I don't care about superheroes anymore. I'm too cool for superheroes, man. Let me go to my concerts and make music and do all these cool things. I don't want to be a nerd. Then in 2022, right, I think you know what I'm gonna say, a brilliant movie came out, Batman 2022, the Matt Reeves film. I watched it with my dad, actually. My dad hated it. He was like, this movie sucks. Robert Pattinson, he's annoying. Ben Affleck's a better Batman. Blah, 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 blah. And I just held my tongue. But I remember walking out of the movie thinking to myself, this is incredible. I haven't felt this excited about superheroes and Batman since I was like 10 years old when Arkham City came out. And I was playing that game all night. And so then I went and I rewatched the movie with my girlfriend at the time. And we loved it. She loved it, and that was really what made me happy, was how much when you watch something with your partner, you do something with them, and then they enjoy it and you enjoy it, and it's that shared moment. And so there was a comic book store right next to the movie that we always go to. We always walk around in it because it's also like a board game store, and she's really into board games. We were walking around the store right after we watched the Batman, and I saw a little hardcover for the Long Halloween, the deluxe edition. So
Mhm.
I picked that up. And then at that point, it was wraps, man. As soon as I read Long Halloween, I just went down a crazy rabbit hole of like, okay, now I need to read Dark Victory. Okay, now I need to read New 52 Batman. Now I need to read all these other things. And
I
then
got to tell you though, if you watch The Batman by Matt Reeves and you could pick one book, man, that's the perfect choice to pick right after Matt Reeves' Batman. It really is, because he is the detective Batman in that Long Halloween. It's awesome.
it's crazy. It's a very popular recommendation, but I didn't know that at the time. I just kind of
Yeah.
picked it up off a whim, and then it turned out to be the perfect book to read. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of where it started. And now, we're here.
So Batman was your first, when you decide you're going to buy comics on your own, you get Batman.
Mhm.
When did it expand to include other characters?
Pretty quickly after that. I think I was buying a couple Batman trades, and then at that point, I think I was going online and looking at Reddit posts and blog posts and websites and seeing all these recommendations, and people are like, "Oh, you got to read Animal Man," so I pick up Animal Man.
So
Oh, you got
you dove head first in. I mean, it
yeah,
sounds like
exactly.
you didn't just dip your toe. You went head first.
Yeah, there were some mistakes made along the way, but it's a learning experience.
Well, we all got to make it. Listen, we all make mistakes. Look at this. I mean,
I know that's not a mistake. That's a
yeah.
thing of beauty.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad we agree. Look at that. No, I love that you started Batman, Animal Man. When did you first get into Marvel, and what was your
Pretty around. I think the first Marvel book I remember reading, it might have been Planet Hulk. I think I picked that up, but I remember I could tell you what I remember vividly was the first book I read that made me like want to make content and like talk about it because it was so good. I couldn't keep it in. It was Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. I got the Omnis for that. Now they're long out of print, but I got the Omnis and I read his Fantastic Four, and I remember closing Omnibus Volume 2 and just sitting there kind of just like, I have no one to talk about this with. It was so good, and
Yeah.
I just couldn't contain myself, and I it's now unlisted because it's not a very good video, but I like used my little phone camera and I did a little omnibus like flip through just talking about how much I loved Hickman's Fantastic Four. And then at that point Hickman is like probably my main Marvel guy, and so that was my entry point. Not my entry point, but that was really what made me want to be more curious about the Marvel universe. Alongside Bendis, Ultimate Spider-Man was another one where
I remember Hickman. I remember when I read Hickman's Fantastic Four, Solve Everything. The Solve Everything story was so good with the Council of Reeds, and I had that same feeling that I know that feeling where you're like, oh my God, I gotta talk to somebody about this. I had a buddy of mine named DC, and I called my buddy DC, and I kept him on the phone for like a half an hour just saying, oh my God, Council of Reeds, it's so cool. And just to talk about it. So there's something about Hickman's Fantastic Four run that makes a person want to talk about it. And you were like, okay, I want to do it. That's how you got into comic content creation. That's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah,
How
dude.
How did it go?
I mean, so I started out with YouTube, and I made my first YouTube video, and it was terrible, and nobody watched it. But then I started.
For you, how did it go? Of course, nobody watched. First video, nobody's watching. But how did you feel about doing it?
I felt good. I felt happy just to like get it out there. And then at that point, I realized I kind of wanted to like readjust. I didn't. Kind of a side note. This is one thing I really like about you, Ray. I don't want to put you on the hot seat, but I want to give you a little bit of glaze really quick. You are such a charismatic guy. You have so much energy and enthusiasm. I remember seeing your videos for the first time, and I was just like awestruck. Like my first impression of you was so positive because of how like bubbly and like your persona is just like infectious, right? And I think you do like omnibus O reviews a lot of the time, and you do reviews. And I think that is a space that's kind of hard to break into, because I think a lot of people in that space are trying to, no disrespect to anybody, but like I think Omar is the godfather of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so like if you want an omnibus overview, you're gonna want to watch Omar's video, right? Unless, and then you know that's why I love you so much, because you're kind of doing your own thing, and I think you're such a unique and charismatic person that like it feels distinct enough. And I think that was my thought process, was like, I don't want to make omnibus overviews because I feel like I don't have that like unique voice that makes it different. So that's when I hopped over to TikTok and started making little short form content, and that kind of did pretty well. TikTok's pretty cool for that.
I know when I do an overview of something, I will tell people, if you want an actual good overview, go watch Near Mint Condition. Watch Omar, because Omar's gonna do it. Like me, I'm such a fanboy of comics. I'm just you know, I don't find things very wrong with comics. I'm just so excited. I'm so enthusiastic. I love them. So I don't know how good my overviews are. I don't know how they're not critique filled. Because
I think I love your videos though, because it's just entertaining. You know, like I think if you want an overview, you go to Omar. If you want like analysis, you watch a video essay. But like I think it's like the nice blend of like entertainment and charisma plus enthusiasm. And you know what's crazy about you too, Ray, is like you're such a positive guy. You love books that I'm just like, how does he love this book? But I can't help but watch the video because I'm like, am I wrong about this book? Ray loves it so much. Maybe I'm tripping and I didn't see something. And I think that's also why I really like your stuff, is because you kind of put me onto a new perspective that maybe I don't always think about.
I come at it from, I give every book. I start every book, even if I've read it, it's already at a 4. You know what I mean? If I'm ranking, it's at a 4 before I read it. And then I'm either finding things to make it less than a 4 or more than a 4. I mean, that's
so what are the things that make it less than a 4?
Well, I mean, confusion. I don't like comics that are overly confusing or like, I love Grant Morrison. Don't get me wrong. I love him, but sometimes his stuff is so confusing that he loses me. And if I got to go back and read something 3-4 times, you know what I mean? Oh my God, it's too much. Sometimes his stuff is like that.
That's so fun. I feel like I'm the polar opposite, where I feel like if something is a little bit confusing, I think if it's intentionally confusing, that's frustrating. But I think if there's like intrigue that like adds to it on the reread, that's to me what makes something more like, I think Jonathan Hickman is someone that does this really well.
Yeah.
Where like a Hickman book, you'll read it and his worlds are so like dense. There's so much context that he explains with the data pages, but there's a lot of subtext that you might not pick up on. And then if you go back and reread a Hickman book, have you read House of X, Powers of X?
Yeah, and I've got to read it again too. I have to read it again too. It's one of those books I have to read it again and again and again. But I love that about Hickman. We talked about Fantastic Four. I've read Fantastic Four Volume 1 several times. Every time I read it, every time I get something different out of it. Exactly. And that is exceptional. You know what I mean? When you get books like that, it's amazing. I get that from so many great books. I just love it. That's something that makes me happy. But I don't like when there's confusion. Because I'm so simple. I'm simple. When there's confusion, I'm like, I get frustrated very easily.
Do you have like an example of a book that is a little too confusing for your taste?
I'll tell you. You could see it, right? Final Crisis. I bet I've read Final Crisis 15 times. I still don't know what the hell is going on in Final Crisis.
No, that's a really great pick, actually.
Oh my God. I've read it. I still don't know what I don't know.
Did you read the omnibus, or do you just read
I have the omnibus, and oh my God, so much confusion.
I don't know if you know this. Final Crisis is one of those books where you should read it not as an omnibus, but as like just the main event, because when Morrison was making that book, they thought they were making it without any other like outside input. They didn't know there were going to be tie-in events. They didn't know people were going to be doing all these extra things. And so when Morrison made Final Crisis, they made it in a vacuum. And then these other authors were trying to add to it, and it wasn't a collaborative process. So that's why when you read some of the tie-ins, they directly contradict the things that happen in some of Morrison's work, and that's why I think I love Morrison. I think they're one of my favorite authors. I highly recommend, if you want to go read Final Crisis, don't read the omnibus, read just the main event, and it might make a little more sense. But it's still it's probably top 3 most confusing Morrison works.
Yeah,
Either
it is.
way.
It's good. It's good. The art's amazing in it too. But it is confusing for me. But I do like the fact that I can tackle Morrison again if I want to, if I just need a resurgence of you know what I mean? Because when I do get something, I go, oh yes, I get excited because I finally understood something. So I do like that. You know,
Definitely.
I'll give you another. Here's another Morrison example.
Batman. You got the absolute edition.
Batman and Son. Here's the absolute. I'm reading it again because I'm doing a Damian Wayne reading order video. And so I'm starting with this, and I read it again, which is, it's a great book, but Morrison's stuff is so, there are times he's going down the railroad track, and then he does that a lot. So you just, I really enjoy, I do enjoy his works, but there's a lot of confusion sometimes. So
are there other books that maybe aren't by Morrison that make you feel similarly?
Yeah, no, there's authors. There are many. Hickman at times will do it. Hickman does it at times. Bendis, I really enjoy Bendis.
You're coming for all my favorite authors right now, Ray.
No, my favorite. Then you got Jeff Johns. I love Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns has done no wrong in my eyes. Joshua Williamson is great. I think Joshua Williamson is great. Dennis Camp. Dennis Camp is one that I've read Assorted Crisis Events, and parts of it very confusing. Very confusing. So yeah, he's another author that will sometimes confuse me. But I notice with you, your brain obviously works different than mine. I mean, you will pick up subtext that I miss all the time. I'll notice you're talking about something, and I notice that you will pick up things that I completely missed, and I'll go, God, how did he get that? And I'll go back, and I'm, son of a bitch. He's right. I didn't even catch it the first time. You just did a video that I loved because we agree on something that it makes me so happy to see someone agreeing with me that James Tynan's Batman run is literally one of the best Batman runs of all time. I love James Tynan's Batman run, and your videos on Tynan's Batman have been very good lately. So it makes me very happy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I wouldn't go as I'm not gonna. I don't want people misconstruing me. I don't think it's the best run of all time. I know. Yeah. But I really enjoy that run. I think there's so many interesting things in the omnibus specifically. I think because it collects the Joker miniseries, which ironically I feel like the Joker miniseries was the best part of Tynan's run in my opinion. I loved it. The punchline stuff was
great. I love the punchline stuff, the Alfred after funeral stuff. I mean, it's all so good. The Tynan omnibus is put together so well, and the way it all flows in and everything seems to flow in together. It's just, I just love it. I love that run. I have trade paperbacks, hardcovers, and the omnibuses. And I will buy any absolutes. If they put out an absolute of their Dark Designs, I will be the first in line to buy it. I just love Tynan's run.
Yeah, their Dark Designs is probably the best part of his run too, in my opinion. I think it reminds me a lot of the Batman Arkham Knight game because it's just so it's so action packed and just straight to the point. There's so much awesome fight sequences and the parallels between the past and the present. It's really fun stuff. I really adore that run.
I love when you read, that's a story that I read. I've read it. I bet I've read that 15 times. Every time I read, I get something else. I'm like, oh my God, I missed that the first. I love that about authors. I just love it. Give me your three favorite authors or 3 favorite writers right now in comics. Give me top
right
3.
now.
Top 3.
Obviously, number one for me, gotta go to Grant Morrison. Their Animal Man like changed my life. I think like that this book completely altered my perception of the comic book medium. I read that book and I was like, comics are capable of doing something else, and that's kind of like, you know, I feel like that kind of sounds pretentious, but like, oh my god, I love Animal Man, and I love a lot of Morrison's
You know,
work.
I just bought that.
You haven't read it?
Never owned it. I've never owned it. And somebody on my channel brought it up the other day, and I was like, you know what? I have Jeff Lemire's Animal Man, but I'm like, I don't have Morrison's Animal Man. So I'm like, so I went and bought it, and it hasn't been delivered yet, but it's on its way, which made me happy. It made me happy. It made me sad because I didn't have it, but then it made me sad because I'm like, oh my god, I've never read it.
Wow.
Everybody talk about how great it is, and it made me sad that I've never read it before. So I just bought it, and I'm waiting for it. So
I'm going to be eagerly awaiting that review. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say.
I want to read it. Morrison 1, 2 is
I'm going to go Jonathan Hickman. I think Hickman is so good. I mean, Fantastic Four, like I said, is the book that made me want to make content. Yeah. His Avengers stuff is fantastic.
Oh,
Secret Wars, perfect event, right? Secret Wars is just downright perfect. I don't know if you've read Secret Warriors by Jonathan Hickman.
I have it. Never read it, but I have it.
That's a really underrated book, in my opinion. I really enjoyed that stuff. And then, of course, you got to talk about Krakoa, Hoxpox, Hickman's Krakoa era. Yeah. All of that stuff is so great. And then even on the creator-owned side with Image, East of West.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect story.
East of West is very good. All right, number 3.
This is hard. I'm like stuck between 2. One, I've read more of their works, but the other one is an author who I've been reading some more of their stuff right now, and everything I've read by them has been perfect. So I don't know. I think I should probably say Brian Michael Bendis. I feel like this is a very basic list, but Brian Michael Bendis, I think Ultimate Spider-Man was another really big entry point for my journey into comics. Bendis's Daredevil run is like probably my favorite Daredevil run. I've read a lot of Daredevil, and that one is like, it's so good, so perfect. I haven't read his Avengers yet. I'm working my way up to that.
Oh, you've never read New Avengers?
I have the Omnis, but I'm gonna try to read them soon. I'm trying to figure out the reading order because there's a lot of events that aren't included in the Omnis. If I'm correct,
I will give you some advice. Start with Avengers Disassembled and devour you are gonna love of everything that Bendis is, and I love Bendis. His Ultimate Spider-Man, Sam and Twitch, Powers, it's so much great stuff. But the best thing he has ever written is his Avengers run, is starting with Avengers Disassembled and all through. Everything, Marvel was doing it right. Everything went through Bendis. Civil War went through Bendis. Secret Invasion went through Bendis. You know, The Siege, Fear itself, everything went through Bendis's New Avengers. That's when Marvel was doing it right. I just think his stuff is so good. And who's that? I'll give you that 4th person.
I don't know. This is kind of like a cheap pick because I haven't read a lot of their work, but I just read Assorted Crisis Events, and that is probably my favorite read of the year so far. That book made me cry. I read the trade paperback. Yeah. I finished reading that like every single issue. After I read every issue, I just had to like close the book and take like a 5-minute breather just to like sit there and be like, what did I just read?
That's how I was. But I was like, what did I just read? What the? You were like, oh my God, what did I just read? I'm like, what did I just read? What was that? See, our brains work different, man. Our brains work different. No, Dennis Camp is guy's up and coming. He's right there at the top of the list right now.
And the 20th Century Men is another book I read at the end of last year or the beginning of this year, and that was a book that really, really spoke to me. There's a lot of really interesting intersections between the things that I like. I like to talk a lot about like politics. I think the history of like one of my favorite videos I've made is an analysis of like Soviet occupied Afghanistan and Islamophobia in comic books, how that relates to the medium. That book felt like it was made for me. Like the way Dennis Camp kind of flips the Cold War Soviet occupation to construct this like deconstruction of the superhero power fantasy was so like mind-boggling. And I felt like these were like so many observations I had about the medium that he was like speaking. It just felt like I was like, this is crazy, right? Like this man, he's on my wavelength. I love this stuff.
Let me bring up. You said when you find politics, you do talk about politics. A lot of comic creators try to lay off politics. You dive headfirst in.
Yeah.
What's been the reaction to that? Have you ever gotten a negative? Because there are some people that are.
Oh, dude,
I mean, you know, you got
every single day.
You've got the MAGA people out there have very strong opinions. Have you gotten some negative stuff that made you go, wow, I can't believe that, you know, have you gotten some hate back for some of your political opinions?
I definitely get a lot of hate and it's kind of jarring. I have a video talking about Frank Miller's Dark Knight stint. So Dark Knight Strikes Again, Dark Knight Master Race, and Dark Knight Golden Child. There's a lot of
Frank Miller.
it has some problematic elements and it's not the best, but I think there's some interesting stuff to analyze there. But I also think there's a lot of Islamophobia, and if you like look at Frank Miller interviews from the time and you see where his head was at, it's very prominent in the work. And I if I'm going to talk about the book and analyze it, that's something I'm going to talk about as well. And I discussed that in my video, and this video ended up going like mega viral. I think it's almost at like 200,000 views or something. And every single day I look at the comments and it's just like hateful people being like, shut up, don't talk about Islamophobia, it's not real. And it's just like,
do you think there are people that do people hate watch your videos?
I'm not even kidding, Ray. There are people who I think like stalk me. Like I post a video and the first comments I will get are hate comments. And they watch the video. They watch it and they wait for me to say something they disagree with.
But you know what? They do, but they watch and they comprehend everything. That's what makes you so, that's what makes your content so interesting, because I think you have that. I come from the world of professional broadcasting. You have what Rush Limbaugh had, which is, it's a very rare thing. I mean, Rush Limbaugh from the other side of the political spectrum.
Okay.
Limbaugh had that thing where people listened to him because they agreed with him and they worshiped him and they championed him. And then there were people that hated him. They disagreed with everything he said, but they watched and they listened to him just as closely as those that loved him. And I'm going to tell you, that's a rare thing. I mean, coming from the world of, I was a shock jock radio guy for 30 some odd years. I cannot tell you how many times I have been in a room with brand experts telling me how hard that is to do and blah, blah, blah. But you have that gift where people who don't like you will watch and listen to everything as much as the people who like you, which is a very rare thing.
That's really kind. I appreciate you saying that. It's a blessing and a curse, because I think the hate can get very overwhelming sometimes. I don't know, especially when you talk about something that's like meaningful to you, you know what I mean? And then you have people saying like very dehumanizing things about like marginalized people, about trans people, about queer people, about Muslim people, and it's just like, it's sad to see how much hate there can be sometimes, and it's very jarring. But I don't know, I guess I've been doing this for about a year. I've kind of got used to the hate, but there's definitely a point early on where I had to take a step back and just be like, what is going on right now?
Because it is, I mean, I don't know if it's brave or stupid, but to decide to put that out there, I think you're one of the few people that I know that doesn't hold back. I mean, you put stuff out there all the time that I'm like, man, I would never touch that.
Thank you. I try. I've kind of just realized, like, if people are going to disagree, they're going to disagree. But I've got really nice comments too, and that's what I try to pay attention to now. I made a video, like a YouTube short, talking about, the parallels between X-Men and, like, what's going on today with like ICE and like the current administration, and how, there's a targeted campaign against marginalized people to lock them up without due process, blah blah blah. And there was someone who commented, they were like, I've never really thought about this from it like this point of view before. I was, in support of it, but this video really changed my mind. And that comment blew me away. I was like, I didn't know like people listen like that, and people could actually be susceptible to change. And I try to think about that and remind myself, like, if you're gonna get hate, you're gonna get hate. But if you can change one person's mind, that's got to be worth something,
But the fact that you can do that, but then you will also look at a book and dive into it and find all the great parts of a comic and a superhero story. I mean, you have that ability, and I think that's really impressive. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Best comic book superhero. Give me your top 3 superhero comic stories. If I said just give me three really good ones that really
3 really good ones.
Maybe not change your life, but that you get in your head and just you can't let go because you enjoy them so much.
Man, okay. Damn, this is a really, really good question. I'm trying to think. So I think one that definitely impacted me a lot was, I'm going to say another Morrison pull, but Arkham Asylum by Grant Morrison is a book that's really interesting. I remember when I first read that book, I hated it. I was like frustrated and I was confused and I didn't get it. But then I went back and I have the Absolute Edition and I reread it with that blown up artwork. It just hits so much harder, right? I think formatting definitely impacts the way you engage with books a lot of the time, which is something I didn't realize until I had that moment where you see Dave McKean's artwork oversized, every detail is present, and then I started to understand. I was like, this is a deconstruction of Batman. It's like hinting at the moral gray area he occupies, and that kind of also influenced the way I engage with a lot of Batman comics today, because I think Batman is a consistent, at least in contemporary times, a consistently flawed protagonist, and I think a lot of people don't want to touch on those flaws, but I think a lot of authors do.
Yeah.
And so when people read Batman books, they don't really see the critiques in them. They just see the spectacle and the aura.
It always shocks me how people they sort of disregard Bruce Wayne's trauma. I mean, he is obviously he's still a traumatized, even though he's aging, he's still a traumatized young person, and there's a part of him that refuses to grow up. And
that's what I hate about Bruce Wayne. He's my favorite character.
Yeah.
But like, come on, man. It's been like 20, 30 years. Like, just get over. You're rich. You could have had therapy. You know what I mean? Like, let's get over it. Let's get over it.
Here's my take on Bruce Wayne is he knows that he doesn't want it.
You think so?
I think, and I wanted this interview about you, but it's not about Bruce Wayne, but I think that Bruce Wayne welcomes it. I think he's damaged, and I think he welcomes that trauma and he loves it, even though it's stunting his growth as a human being, because it makes him feel closer to his parents, which I know is crazy, but that's what I get from it. And I think we all get whatever we want from it. But I think the authors like Tynan and as unpopular as like King, I think Grant Morrison. I think there are writers that really dive into that and have, and they come up with their own they come up with their own idea of what Bruce Wayne's psychosis is. I mean, what's going on in his mind. I think that would be the funnest character to write. I think because of
what would you do with Bruce? How would you?
Because of all the trauma and all the stuff going on, and how Dick Grayson is. If Bruce would have handled it correctly and done it right, he could have been this. You know what I mean? And if Bruce would have just dove in all the way, he's Damien. So I mean, I
Dude, you
do
just hit the
love.
nail right on the head. That's beautiful.
I love the way that those writers, and I think I think that's why Batman comics are so brilliant. Give me all right. So give me all right. We got one. Give me a
Okay.
couple more.
I need to not do another Batman poll. Okay, let me think. You know what? I'll go X-Men. I've been reading a lot of X-Men recently, and I think the Claire. I don't want to go Krakoa because I already talked about Krakoa earlier, so I'll talk about Claremont's X-Men. I've been reading through that era of X-Men. You know what? I'm gonna say X Factor. Actually,
All
I
right.
I, I just got to the early X Factor issues, so I think originally Chris Claremont didn't write X Factor, and he didn't even want X Factor to exist. And a lot of people hate X Factor, like the early X Factor stuff, because they feel like it's a character assassination for Scott Summers. I think X Factor is a brilliant exploration of Scott Summers' psyche. I'm not sure if you've read it, but
Some of it, not all of it, not all of it.
the whole thing is that Scott in Claremont's run is a very like broken man, and it's very
Yeah,
apparent that like he loves to be a leader because he's kind of groomed by Professor X to
yeah,
like take that role. And so when he has chances of happiness, he is very quick to like put a wall up, right?
yeah.
When he was with Jean, he loved Jean. But if you read those early Claremont issues, their relationship isn't like this beautiful, big, blossoming thing. It's more so like, I love you too. Let's go fight. You know what I mean? Let's go do an adventure.
Mm.
There's not a lot of like tension there. There's not a lot of romantic gestures there. And so when Jean dies, he grieves a lot. Um, then he ends up dating Madeline Pryor, and X Factor gets formed. Jean's alive. He leaves his wife and kid to go join X Factor, and people hated that decision. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no,
I
he's
think
you
Scott
hit
Summers
it
is
right there. He
effective.
is groomed. He was groomed. Here's a man. He was groomed by Xavier, and Xavier cared about nothing else but making sure that this guy was going to be the leader of his movement.
Exactly. And I think because of that, X Factor is such a interesting character portrait and pretty fundamental to the character development of Scott as well. So
Those are the two. Listen, just we picked on the two characters, one from each company, that are the most trauma. I mean, you got Batman and Cyclops. All right, give me the third
oh man,
superhero.
I mean the guy who I've probably read the most of when it comes to Marvel is Daredevil. Another very broken man. I kind of have a pattern, I guess. I like conflicted characters. I already talked about Bendis's run earlier, so I guess I'll just pull on the classics. I'll throw Frank Miller in there. We'll say Low Key Man Without Fear is a really great like backstory, kind of reinvented the origin story for Daredevil. It took the kind of Stan Lee Silver Age stuff and made it modern. A lot of people, that's another run, a lot of people have a lot of qualms with because he kills two people and they feel like it's out of character. But I feel like Miller's recontextualization of um, Matt Murdock's trauma and his past makes those decisions feel logical in the context of the story. I think a lot of people analyze that kind of out of context, and I don't really think it's fair. I also just think it's just a great origin, you know? Like
I like
Miller,
the way you said. I like the way you said. You didn't say retcon. You said he modernized it. Yeah, I think that's a great description. He didn't retcon what Stan Lee did. He just modernized, sort of the way that like Bendis modernized Peter Parker in Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, not exactly the same way, but it wasn't going in to blow it up. It was just to modernize it. It's a good description. And to make, but if you read Daredevil now, if you start at the Miller run, everything makes sense. The Nascenti run, the Bendis run, the Brubaker run for sure, which I think is awesome. Wade Soul, which is awesome, and Zdarsky. All those runs make sense when you start with the Miller run.
definitely.
I love that. I love that, and I love the way your brain worked. You immediately went there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Independent book. Let's look at DC. Give me your top 5 DC characters.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ray. I'm not really a DC guy per se. I think I read a lot of Batman comics.
All right.
So I think a lot of my favorite DC characters are going to be in the realm of Batman. But barring Batman, like my DC shelf is is pretty
Like
empty.
you've never read a Superman? You've never.
I have read Superman, but I don't think he's like my favorite, character. Obviously, number one DC got to go to Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, number two, Damian Wayne. I love
Oh,
Damian.
Damien's great. Love Damien.
He's my favorite Robin. Number three, who would number three be in terms of DC characters that I'm a big fan of? See, this is where it gets hard because it's all just Batman related. I'm
I
trying to
mean,
think.
I mentioned Jeff Johns. I know I know that you have. You've drug your feet on reading Jeff Johns' Green Lantern omnibuses.
I did read them at some point last year. I'm gonna be real with you though. I mean, they're good. They're good stories. Okay,
All right.
it's it didn't blow my socks off.
Really?
I don't know. I thought it was very good popcorn reading. You
Yes.
know, it felt
There's
like a
nothing
blockbuster.
wrong with popcorn reading, nothing wrong with popcorn reading. Not
I'm not
not everything is a regal drama. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff out there. So, but you never got any kind of fascination with Johns' Green Lantern?
My big qualm with it is that I feel like I really wanted it to focus more on the characters, and I feel like it's so preoccupied with the big like scope of the Green Lantern universe that you don't really have a lot of time to sit with these characters. My favorite issues in Johns' Green Lantern omnibus, I actually don't know if this was Johns or Tomasi who wrote it, but there are Green Lantern stories that follow like some new members of the Corps, and I think they're from like different worlds, and those worlds are warring against each other, and then they both get chosen to be new Green Lanterns, and they're like mortal enemies because they're fighting against each other in this like huge battle of the worlds, but then they're forced to like unify within the context of the Green Lantern Corps. Stuff like that I thought was really, really interesting, and I wanted more of that. I don't want like 20 issues of Hal Jordan punching Parallax in the face. It gets a little tiring after a while.
What about the Flash?
I haven't read any. I've only read Flashpoint.
Wow, you haven't read Joshua Williamson's Flash?
I have not read Joshua Williamson's Flash.
Highly recommend Williamson's Flash. I highly recommend it. Have you read any Jeremy Adams Green Lantern?
I haven't. Honestly, the only Green Lantern I've read was the Johns stuff. I have the Green Lantern Corps stuff by Tomasi, which I'm planning on checking out soon, probably before the show comes out. But I'm curious to dive into that.
But you've never read the Flash, and have you read Justice League stuff? Have you read any Justice League?
I've read Morrison's JLA, which is a really, really fun book. And that's basically the only Justice League I've read thus far. I have some more Justice League Omnis. I have the New 52 one. I have the Rebirth. I think it's Rebirth, right, by Scott Snyder.
God, New 52 is fantastic. Oh,
I'm really excited to check that out.
I'm going to give you a recommendation.
No, I don't
like
that book, Ray.
Yes, you have to read this. Have you ever read it?
I have read it.
Oh, you have read it?
I hate it. It's so bad.
Oh, it's not bad at all. It's the greatest. I think it's the greatest comic story ever. I love that story.
Really?
Yes. I just put it number one on my top 10 story arcs of all time. I know it's controversial, but I put it at one. I love that story.
Wow.
You hate it?
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Wow. What did you hate about it?
It's just the fridging of Sue Dingby and kind of like the plot mechanisms used to get these characters moving feels very, I don't know. It kind of just feels like very nihilistic, God, and I think I think that could work in a vacuum, but I think
Brad Meltzer is the least nihilistic person. He just wanted to write a good story. I I mean, listen, it's subjective. Comics are subjective. We're allowed to have different
No,
opinions.
absolutely. I like that you like it. I think it's
Yeah.
interesting to hear other people's opinions.
All right, let's go to Marvel. Let's go to Marvel.
Okay,
Give me your top 5 Marvel heroes.
Marvel should be easier. Obviously Spider-Man. He's a great guy. I'm gonna put that Daredevil would be my number one, I think, and then I gotta throw some X-Men on there. I love Storm. Storm is such a fascinating character. I think her whole journey through the X-Men saga and then her union with T'Challa and kind of just like all the different places she
And
goes is so much fun.
starting as just a young African thief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really, that's an amazing character journey for anybody that, if you start at the very beginning to where Storm is now, that's a very, very great character. It's a great character.
No, she's awesome. Spider-Man number 3. I mean, obvious reasons. What can we say about the webhead that hasn't already been said? I mean, Ultimate Spider-Man was one of some of the first Marvel omnis I think I picked up. After that, I'm trying to think, who else would I go with? I guess Loki. I'm gonna throw up Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Oh,
I
yeah,
adore,
Kamala
I
Khan's
adore
interesting.
Yeah, I adore her stuff. It's very, very personal for me, and I think it's just so much fun. It gives me the feeling I got when I read Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man. It's just such a fun book. It's like a little slice of life high school drama with all the superhero action packed in there. It's very, very episodic, but there's a lot of heart to it, and I think I really appreciate that.
I love Ms. Marvel because I'm Mexican, and my grandfather's from Mexico and moved here and blah blah, and that's how we got going. But I left Chicago and I moved to downstate Illinois into an all white community, and like I said, I spoke Spanish when I left Chicago.
Mm.
And so I came down, and even though my father was Scottish, and my father was very white. My mother, her parents are from Mexico. So it was, I grew up in that, it's a very American, but yet immigrant family. And I love the way that Kamala Khan is,
It's the story of both worlds coming together, right?
She's Pakistani and her parents are from there, but she was born in the United States and she's very American. And I love that it showed people. I love the fact that here we go. These people exist, and these people are the majority of us. These people are no longer just the minority of us. You can't say a person is just the color of their skin or the language that they also know how to speak. A person is an American because of their upbringing, not just because of their ethnic background. I really love that message. I think a lot of people missed it, but I know for me, one of the reasons I like it is because I've lived that, and you've also lived that.
Yeah, no, a little bit of backstory about me. My dad is from England, my mom's from Pakistan, but I grew up, here in the States. So there's a lot of different cultural backgrounds, like mixing with my
Which part of
upbringing.
England is your father from?
He's from Manchester,
Oh, so he's got the Manchester. Okay, he's from Manchester. Okay,
and my mom also grew
still
up.
have a Manchester accent.
Yeah, no, both of my parents very, very British,
Oh, okay, love it. All right,
and so
and yet you were born here,
yeah,
and you're very American. You can, so that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you can't tell that I used to speak Spanish. I lost when I was 5 years old or 7 years old or whatever. I stopped speaking it. But when people hear Spanish, they think, "Oh my God, where the hell are you from?" But no, you got to understand that I was born in Chicago. That's just what we go through. You were born. Which part of the country are you from? I don't know where you're from.
I'm in Texas.
Okay. Wow, Texas. I'll be damned.
Yeah,
That's
trying
great.
to. I love it out here. I grew up here all my life. I feel like very, very multicultural background, but like when you cut down to it, I feel like I'm a Texan above all else.
The greatest place I've ever lived is when I lived in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh, Corpus Christi, that's crazy.
And I lived in Corpus Christi, That's where my wife's from. That was the best part of my life living there. But that's not Texas. That's the beach. I mean,
It's
Corpus Christi is completely. I mean, I've been in Dallas and Houston and San Antonio. Corpus Christi is its own universe. I mean, that's the beach, man. But I love this. My favorite place of all the places I lived. I love Texas.
Yeah, no, Texas is a wonderful state. I love it out here.
Yeah. But it's very conservative.
Yeah.
Very conservative. So
Definitely.
now when I'm looking at your comic content and how you will veer into the politics, I'm even more mystified. I'm even more mystified by how you got to be where you are.
I think honestly, it's just education, learning, forming your own opinion.
Where did you go to school?
I went to UT, University of Texas.
Awesome.
I have a background in political science as well, and a minor in journalism. So I feel like, I don't know, all of these things kind of come to me naturally. Not naturally, but I have a lot of experience in like research and academia, and I always loved writing and researching, and I feel like comics is a good way for me to like continue to pursue that passion, but like do it in a way that feels relatable, and feels like personal to me. I feel like it's a nice blend of, academia and like also just like personal joy.
In content creation, where do you see yourself? Are you growing? Are you constantly growing, and where do you see yourself ending up?
Like in terms of just like my content?
In terms of your brand, whatever the brand is, where do you see yourself? Are you going to be as big as Omnibus God, or are you going to be as big as Omar? I mean, what is the plan?
I mean, I try not to focus too hard on the numbers game. I think for me, the most important thing I think everyone should have when like trying to make content is making it for yourself. Always make something that you would want to watch, Don't make something that like is trendy or cool if you don't believe in it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think for me, I mean, obviously I would love to have, more views and more followers or whatever, but I never want to lose track of like the reason I do this is because I'm making content that I would want to watch, but also my taste is niche and subjective. So like, if someone doesn't like it, that's okay, but I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. I want to talk about these things because I care about them. And I think that's the best way to try to approach it.
You said earlier that if you could change one person's mind, how important is that in your content? Is that one of your ultimate goals? You said you did a video and so many people, so much hate, and all of a sudden you get one guy saying, you know what? I've never thought of it that way. You've opened my eyes. Is that one of those things you go for? Is that important to you?
I guess I don't really think about it like that. I think, when it happens, it's really nice. But like I said before, it's really just about like doing something that I find interesting. I just made a video talking about not uncanny, giant size X-Men #1. And I talked about kind of like the political time that came out in, and like how all of these characters from different ethnic backgrounds related to the politics of that day. You had Nightcrawler, who was from Germany. There's a lot of intersection between détente politics and like the Cold War. Same thing with Colossus, Storm being an African. And, at that same time, there was like a lot of political turmoil in the country she was based from. I think there's a lot of cool connections that I just wanted to research and find out about. And so the reason I do this stuff is because I want to learn about it. And so I make a video to justify the research.
Well, listen, I think it's great. And I love your numbers are growing. I think that's wonderful. And man, I got to tell you, you've been an awesome interview, man. I've really appreciated it. I know you've got to go. You've got, you say you got to drive somebody to work or whatever.
Yeah, I got to drop my partner.
When you come back, if you want, you can come back for question and answers. We'll pick it up.
Yeah, I would love to. I'll probably give me like 10 minutes and I could probably hop back on.
Yeah, come back. Let's get it done. Let's
awesome.
get it done. We'll take some questions. I'd love to have you answer some questions.
Awesome. That sounds
You
exciting.
who I appreciate it, brother. I'm glad I met you through Omnibus God.
The GOAT.
I'm glad we're friends. I love your content, and I really appreciated the interview today. You're great.
No, dude, I appreciate you too. I appreciate you having me on. This has been a super fun conversation, and I'll shoot you a ping when I hop back on, and we could continue this.
Awesome. All right, buddy. Save. Just go open that email again and accept the invite, and come right back in when you're ready.
All right. See you soon, Ray.
There you go. Yoo-hoo, everybody. That was fun, right? God, that was fun. I want to thank David Omnibus God. He's the guy who he introduced me to Yoo-hoo months ago, and I just enjoy it. So let me take some questions from you guys, right? Talk some comics. You know I love talking comics. I want to find out what you agreed or disagreed with during the interview. Wes says he was a great guest. Yeah, I think Yoo-hoo is great, man. He's always exceptional. Goomba guy says no, we're gonna do Q&A, but Yoo-hoo's got to drive. He's got to drive the girlfriend to work. And then I told him, just come back and get back in, and we'll do a question and answer session. All right. So yes, we will talk comics, and you guys can ask comic questions. We'll get into all of it. You know it. Yes. This is what I love. By the way, we still have to get more entries. We've got to get more entries, Tom. More entries for the Detective Comics Omnibus. This is the one. This is donated by Carl, guys. This is the omnibus that Carl donated. We're giving it away. I'm getting people lined up or entered in order to win it. I'm getting them getting everybody lined up. Hold on, I got to turn the phones on because the phones are off. Let me turn the phones on. And I'll take some calls, and we'll talk comics in just a second. All right. Hold on. Great. Ray, can you finally explain your weird fascination with that Legend of Sea Level? How dare you? How dare you? I am not. Hello, you're on ChubbyRay Comics. Hello.
Hey, Ray.
Yes.
It's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
I have to tell you, there was an individual that came into the chat, asked a question to your guest, and royally upset the entire chat to a point where I had to time him out.
I didn't say I haven't. What happened?
Well, he asked a question about why he likes it when hold on here, let me pull this up again. Yeah, when he about promoting violence through the comics and Batman going after ICE agents and all that stuff. Made it kind of political. Wow. And I told him, look, you can't be trolling in here, and if you're gonna troll, I'm gonna have to time you out. If you come back, I'm gonna have to boot and ban you. And I said, I'm going to give you the chance. And I let him go. And he kept on arguing with people. And it got to a point where Christina messaged me and said, get him out of there.
Wow. No.
Because everybody was so upset, and it disrupted the entire chat.
I apologize to everybody. I didn't see it, guys. When I do these interviews, I don't look at the chat room until the interview's over and we're taking questions. So I missed the whole.
Yeah, that's I was trying to text you and tell you what was going on. I wanted your permission to do what I did. Well, Tom, but then Christina came in and told me to do it.
My phone. Yeah, I see that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tom, you've always got my permission, man. You know that. And of course, Christina, she's in there. She's got it too. So.
Yeah, because she's like, get this guy out. People were so pissed.
Wow, man.
You guys are going, I'm just trying to voice my opinion on something. I just want to hear this guy's reaction to it. And I'm like, you're upsetting the chat. The chat was pissed.
Oh, I have
no idea. It just broke the flow.
I have no idea what happened. Shit, I apologize, everybody. Well, at least you got rid of it.
So I just, Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know this is what I've done. So
By
you
all
know,
means, you have my permission. And if Christina ever goes in and just do it. So she
yeah,
knows. She knows. Christina's the brand manager of my other channel, but same thing with this. If she ever says anything with this, to do exactly what she says. Good job. No, I wish I'd
yeah,
seen it, but yeah, I missed it. I didn't see any because I don't watch the chat room during these interviews. Oh man.
yeah. So that's why I didn't want that being the guy, watching it. I don't know if he could see the chat or not, and I didn't want him becoming. So I mean, I know he's a very political person, but I didn't want it to turn into a point where you had someone in the chat going back and forth with your guest, getting them really pissed or something.
Oh yeah. No,
that would not be good.
I had no idea, man. I missed the whole thing. Tom, good job timing the guy out, but no, I mean,
Yeah.
That's
So I timed him out, and so if he comes back and starts it up, he's getting booted and banned.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Maybe the fact that he was timed out, he learned his lesson. But
Yeah, and whenever you
remember the name.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of our regulars, was it?
No, thank God. But his name was I've Just Seen the Future 3000.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, but whenever you're ready to do a what do you call it? A rando, just go, let's do it, Tom, and I'll do it. Sometimes you say this, and I'm figuring you're waiting for me to say something to you.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you cannot hear me, Ray.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I will. I'll send you a text, and we'll do a rando.
Yeah. Okay. All right, buddy.
All right, Val. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks. Bye.
By the way, Omnibus God. Yes, Omnibus God. Send it a super chat. Super chat. Love it. Let me get up in here and sort everyone out. I love it. Thank you, Omnibus God. Love that chat, brother. I'll take it. I'll take that super chat. Very good. I didn't know Omnibus God was in watching. That's awesome, brother. Always good. Love you too, Omnibus God. You're the best, brother. I enjoyed the interview with you. By the way, next interview is Omar, guys. Next week it's Omar. So I think, man, let's reflect a little bit on this roundtable. All right. Let's reflect on roundtable as to just how much fun these roundtables have been. You know what I mean? Just how much fun. Listen, we've had Omnibo, who was great. We had Sean from Comic Pals. Great. We had so many great guests on roundtable. Omni Dog. Oh my God, he was fantastic. Dom of X was amazing. I mean, you guys, I've had so many great guests on the show. So much fun. Omnibus God, Yoo-Hoo, and then we finally get Omar next week. I mean, I got to knock on wood. I mean, we've had some good luck. We've had some good luck with these roundtable guests. I think you guys have all been wonderful, man. If you're going to talk to me like that, at least make sure your chores are done. I love it. By the way, Omnibo says, you owe me another interview so I can get those cool thumbnails. Thank you. I'm now making my own thumbnails, Omnibo. And Cody Collects. Cody Collects I love Cody. Cody was awesome. I loved Cody. Yeah, I've been very lucky. I've been very lucky with these interviews, haven't I? I mean, am I wrong? There has been nobody that has shit the bed. Everybody has been right. They've all been on their game. They've all had great stories to tell. And that's not me. That's just they've been great guests. And by the way, I got confirmation from Day Day. Day Day is going to schedule a date for his interview. I'm hoping to get BJ Kicks on. I want Taylor from Taylor Talks Comics on. Crisis and I are still trying to line up a date because you got to remember, Crisis lives in New Zealand, so it is hard. And Omnibo can tell you guys it's very hard because it is Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday morning in New Zealand and Australia right now, so so the timing is so different. I want Batmantha too, but I've got to line up the time zone for when that's going to happen. But no, I love all my guests for Roundtable. All right. Let me get, Carl called me. Carl, call the 815-414-2125. Let me send Tom a message. Let me send a message to Tom. All right, here we go. Well, I thought I had a call coming through. All right, guys, let's get some people entered. Let's get some people entered. All right. Hello, you're on ChubbyRay Comics.
Ray,
Mm-hmm.
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I got to say, I just saw that Detective Comics Tomasi was on Panelbound Comics page. They're selling it for $150 now.
Really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that, brother? Who is this?
Yeah, and what's that?
Who is this? Is this Carl?
It's Carl.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, that guy that he was talking about earlier?
Yeah.
I had never seen him in your chats before. I think he was like a pro troller or something. And he was just stirring the pot, and I just kept trying to de-escalate the stuff. But man, he's right. He got what he intended.
I think Yoo-Hoo does some content that really fires up the haters. You know what I mean? So I think he was probably somebody that had a mad on against Yoo-Hoo. I'm glad Tom got rid of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never saw that guy in your chat before.
Hey, listen, when we do this giveaway, I want you to be on the, I want to get you on the show when we do the giveaway, bud.
Yeah, definitely. We
started entering people yesterday.
Well, you got to get them all in there.
So
Leave my name out, though.
If I pick your name, who's going in the bowl?
Well, shoot, Ray, put your own name in there.
I'll do that anyway. I'm going to replace. I will keep the one that's sealed, and I will give mine to somebody if I have to. No. If I pick your name, though, I want to know who's gonna,
No, just if you pull my name up, just if you do pick my name,
yeah,
just pick another one instead.
Mm-hmm. That's a good choice. Good decision.
I mean,
I'm scrolling. I'm gonna roll now. We're gonna get somebody. Let's pick somebody.
Oh man, I got a huge haul coming in. Half of it showed up today.
You said you got a bunch of stuff coming, right?
Yeah, I had 6 or 8 Omnis show up today because panel bound, and I got 3 orders from Adam, but I went to panel bound last week and they had this 50% off sale. So what I did is, they had the new Teen Titans Omnis by Wolfman. I was able to get the Omni 1 and 2 for like $50 a piece.
Well, listen, even Adam will tell you if you get a sale like that, you got to take advantage of it.
Oh yeah. I look at them all, but I tell you, in stock trades has ticked me off so bad. I'm never going to buy anything from them ever again.
Shipping is so slow. All right, I'm drawing.
And they live like one state away. They're like next door neighbors.
Let's get somebody entered. All right.
All right.
Let's get somebody entered. Here we go. PW entered. Look at that. PW gets. I think PW's already. Has he already entered? Let me check. There's hardly any entries in here. Does he already have?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I have to postpone this till we get a bunch more people in.
PW, yeah, PW. That's his second one.
Wow, already?
Yep, let's get another one. All right. Christopher Landon, you are in, brother. Oh, by the way, Yoo-Hoo is back. Love it. We'll be able to. You guys will take questions. Let me get a couple more. People, Carl. Let me get a couple more people.
I'll let you get back to your interview with Yoo-Hoo. And
buddy.
Good chatting with you, Ray.
All right, Carl. Take care, pal.
You too.
Love it. All right, guys, here we go. Congratulations to next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, you are put in the bowl. And let me get one more. Toddy, you are put in the bowl. So Toddy, Christopher Landon, next Tuesday, and PW, you guys all get put in the bowl to win Detective Comics by Peter J. Tomasi. This is a fantastic omnibus. It's new. It's sealed. It's donated by Carl. You guys get put in. I have not chosen the date for the giveaway yet. Haven't chosen the date, but it'll be early in June. Yoo-Hoo is back. He drove like a son of a bitch, getting that girlfriend to work or whatever. I'm sure he broke laws, but he is now back and ready to take questions, you guys. Let's do a little question answer. And by the way, Yoo-Hoo, I heard there was a troll. A troll came into our chat room.
I did see the troll. I had the chat up.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah, Tom said he had to kick somebody out.
that was pretty crazy, huh?
So I don't know, but Yoo-Hoo is bringing in trolls. I don't know if the guy disliked Yoo-Hoo or disliked me or what, but
I told you, man. I'm used to it, like what I said before.
I saw like Omnibo is also in. I love it. Omnibo is great, and I saw Cody Collects. I love Cody was also in.
Big shout out, Cody.
Cody said, I just saw it when I was scrolling through. Oh, there we go. My favorite Omnibus God.
Oh my God.
The OG himself giving a super chat. Love it, brother.
Ooh,
I love it. Yeah, but Cody said Cody said, make sure to tell you he said hello or something.
Awesome. Shout out Cody. Love that guy. I saw you had him on too. I was watching some
Cody's I love Cody. He's so great. He's so young though. Of course, all you guys are young. Everybody's so much younger than me, but
how young is young?
Well, Cody's 28. That's
older than me.
He's older than you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're younger than 28? I thought you were right around 20. I thought you were right around there. How old are you?
Oof. Damn, Ray, you're making me feel like I'm chopped and unk over here, man.
Oh gosh. You got the facial hair of a 30-year-old.
The facial hair does I think add a lot to it. If I shave, I look like a baby. But I'm 26. I actually turned 27 in like a week. But
good for you. Well, good for man. I remember those. I remember all those decades ago when I was in my 20s. How am I easy? Can I relate to you 20-year-olds? Cody said I related pretty good, but
I said at the beginning, I feel like your energy and charisma is just inherently relatable, Because
I don't want to come across as I am an old guy, but I hate coming across as an old guy to you.
Dude, I don't think you're old. You're young in spirit. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of young people that don't have the type of energy you have, right? It's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you very much. You know exactly how to make me feel better. By the way, Wesley says still 3 years older than me. Shut up, Wes. Shut up, Wes. All right, Yoo-Hoo. What is your favorite DC Marvel independent character? Give me one in each category. Well, we know Batman. We heard Batman's one. All right, Batman. Give me the other one. What we got?
Marvel. I'm going to go Daredevil. I think Daredevil is my Marvel guy. And then independent. I like a lot of runs. like creator-owned runs. I'm trying to think of an independent character that I like really like though, because I think a lot of the runs I read have like a variety. Like East of West has so many characters, right? Who's a good independent character? You know, I've never read Invincible. That would be such an easy pick.
You've
But
never read Invincible?
I just watched the show.
Oh, the comic is so much better than the show. Oh my God.
Let me look at my shelf. Man, dude, I honestly, I don't think I have like any runs that like feature a character. You know, it's like a cast. Like Black Science is one of my favorites. It's a cast.
Black Science is very good. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, who's your favorite character from Black Science? You know,
Well, the professor. I mean, even though he's so flawed, you talk about a flawed. If you were to pick one flawed lead character, man, that's a flawed lead character.
He's terrible. He's terrible. Yeah. So I don't think he's my favorite.
But he's very, very flawed. I'll tell you, my video today is about this book. I don't know if you've read it, but it's James Tynion, and
I really want to read it. I've just read Department of Truth.
Oh my God. Erica Slaughter?
You know, I'll go Erica Slaughter. I like something that's great character.
I'll give you another one. My favorites. I don't know if you've read it or not. It might be too light for you, but
Red Coat.
Red Coat.
That's Energon, right?
It is Ghost Machine.
Ghost Machine. I was getting mixed up.
Oh my God. Simon is fantastic. He's probably
it's a good series.
He's probably my favorite.
That's like a whole Jeff Johns like image-centered universe, right?
And it's wonderful. It is really? So wonderful.
Interesting. Right. I'm like so off the Ghost Machine and Energon stuff. I know people love it, but I haven't checked it out yet. I feel like that would be a really easy pick.
It destroyed me. Destroyed me to hear you say that Jeff Johns' Green Lantern was okay and not great. I don't think I'll ever get over. I'm going to curl into a ball and cry. Thank you, Goomba guy, for presenting my feelings without me having to present them. How do you respond to that question or that comment?
I'm sorry. I just feel bad, man. I don't listen, at the end of the day, taste is subjective, you know? Yes. I love the fact that y'all love it, you know? If you like it, I love it. And I think that's what matters, is that we could have these conversations and disagree without, you know, hating each other.
I think that's what makes comics so good. I did a video about Rick Remender's Punisher, which starts so good because it takes place during the Dark Reign era.
Oh.
But it dives into a big heap of feces when he turns Punisher into Frankencastle. That is so bad. I don't know if you've ever read that omnibus.
Dude, I haven't read. I tried to read. This is gonna be another hot take. I'm about to piss people off. I tried to read Garth Ennis's Punisher, and I couldn't stand it. And then I sold the book because I was like, I don't want to read.
Oh, you sold? God, how much? You must have sold it for a lot of money. Those are all out of print. I mean,
that was back when it was in print, I think.
Oh, so you sold it for next to nothing? Oh my God!
I don't care about. See, my thing is I don't care about the money. Like, I don't want to sell omnis. I try to like sell them or trade them because I don't want to have a book in my collection if I'm not gonna reread it. You know?
Yeah.
And then there's a really graphic moment. I don't know if I can describe it, but there's a woman who is very infantilized. Like, she's a cop and she's super infantilized with Frank Castle, right? And she's like, he's so sexy. And then she's talking about how hot he is. Later on in the book, spoiler alert, she gets shot in the chest, right? And Punisher is like walking in the room and she's like, oh, I'm so wet. Oh. And it's just so juvenile and silly. And I read that and I just like closed the book and I'm like, I'm good off this.
Were you expecting that from Garth Ennis? It must have been upsetting to get that from Garth Ennis. Come on.
I guess it's par for the course.
When writers let you down, you know what I mean? Rick Remender let me down with Frankencastle. I've never forgiven him for it. And I told you how much I love Black Science. You know what I mean? It let me down. He let me down. It's hard to forgive a writer when they do that. Let's see. I'm trying to get to more questions. Yoo-hoo, have you checked out any Valiant comics? If so, have you checked out Matt Kinn's Rye?
Dude, unfortunately, that's a huge blind spot for me. I've heard a lot about Valiant Comics, but I've just never tapped in. I got to admit, my creator-owned library is very, very thin right now. That's something I need to work on.
But Marvel, you think? But Marvel is your main.
I think Batman is like my main thing, and then Marvel is like my other main thing. Right now, my main goal is to kind of work through a lot of the big 2000s Marvel stuff. So like Bendis Avengers and like all those events and all the crazy like Planet Hulk, World War Hulk, all the stuff that was going on during that era.
I'll make sure to bring a Yoo-hoo with me while I do this. All right. So he wants to bring a Yoo-hoo. So I'll remember what Yoo-hoo said about not liking Jeff Johns. Thank you. I don't need to be reminded of that. It still hurts. Yoo-hoo, what do you think of Tom King? As a left-leaning guy myself, I love his books, Woman of Tomorrow, Up in the Sky, and find a lot of the ideas very liberal. Well, I don't know if is Tom King, is he personally conservative or he worked a job that was conservative? I mean, have they ever determined that?
We're about to open a whole can of worms. Are you ready for this?
But I'm saying, Tom, there are things about Tom King. He's become friends with James Gunn. I mean, James Gunn is about as far from conservative as a person could get, I think.
Yeah. So I think the thing about Tom King for me personally is I think a lot of like left-leaning people don't like him because he worked in the CIA and they tend to hate on him because of his occupation. I try not to like look at it from that lens because at the end of the day, I don't know what he did, right? Like I can hate, the CIA as a concept because of how much harm they've caused, but I'm not going to hate somebody who works for the CIA unless like I have a detailed report of all the horrific things they did. So I try not to look at it from that lens. You know what I mean?
I try to look at it from just the lens of reading his comic books.
And if we get to that,
okay,
I think, listen, I have a whole YouTube video dedicated to his Batman run, and it's a very controversial run. Batman's my favorite character. People hate that run. People love that run. I lean more towards disliking it. And I think the reason isn't even because of the politics of the run. It's just because I don't like the voice he has for Batman. And I don't like...
You have a problem with him killing Alfred?
Honestly, I love that decision.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think it was time for Alfred to go.
I think the problem is that like it kind of like is self-aggrandizing, and he kind of loves prose and poetry and like all of these like constantly reoccurring literary motifs, and it just feels like he's trying a little too hard, and I don't think it really sticks the landing for me personally. And I also just feel like, I don't know, it just feels very out of character at moments. I feel like Tom King's version of Batman feels a little too violent, a little too eager to do these things, and he's a little too, I guess, like nihilistic,
I just feel sorry for Gotham Girl. In the Tom King run, I feel sorry for Gotham Girl.
Yeah, she's a really cool character. I am a fan of her.
By the way, Carl says Frankencastle would have been great if it was outside continuity. Yeah, you're right, Carl. I think you're right, buddy. Yeah, I hated the fact. It ruined that omnibus for me, and I really liked the beginning of that omnibus. I hated the fact that it gets into that Frankencastle stuff. It just killed it for me.
What is Frankencastle? Is he like a Frankenstein?
Punisher gets chopped up.
Okay.
Kills him and they chop him up. And a doctor puts him back together, sews him back together, and brings him back to life as like a Frankenstein monster.
And it's not, is it the concept that you don't like or the execution?
It's just so ridiculous. It's a comic book. Of course I have to suspend disbelief. But this was this was over the top. It rubbed me so wrong. It just rubbed me so wrong.
That's funny.
Gracie wants to know, Does Yoo-Hoo actually drink Yoo-Hoos? I need to know right now. Tell the trash can fam.
Oh
Have
man,
you ever drank? Have you ever drank a Yoo-Hoo?
I have when I was a kid. Funnily enough, that's not really. I didn't even put two and two together until I like came up with the tag for myself, and then I was like, oh, this is a kid's drink as well, chocolate milk. I remember drinking them a little bit as a kid, but
So why did you name yourself Yoo-Hoo? What was
I don't want to get too. I try to like keep my name. I don't want to put my name out there, you know, because I try to keep that separate. But basically, when I was a little kid, my little brother would always mispronounce my name, and he was like 2 years old. He would always call me Uhu, and so eventually, like it just became a nickname where my parents would call me Yoo-Hoo sometimes because my little brother couldn't pronounce
your
my
little
name.
brother couldn't pronounce your name correctly in that. All right, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a little brother that walked like a goose. He walked weird, and his nickname became Goose.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. And I had another brother who one time ripped his belt broke, and he put a string around his belt, and his nickname since then has been Bodine. So we get nicknames for weird ways. Yoo-Hoo, in one of your videos on Batman, you brought not liking a story with Spectre in it. You should try reading John Ostrander's Spectre to really get the character. That's from Kenneth Lloyd.
I gotta check. Have you read it?
I've read some Spectre. I have DC Finest and I have Ostrander's Omnibus. I haven't read it yet. I'll probably read Volume 2's coming out, so I'll probably read both of them when Volume 2 comes out. I do like Spectre. I know that the one that's coming out is going to be the one that introduces Michael Holt to the DC universe. So I'd like to read that. I've never read that before, so
interesting.
I would like to read it. Yeah, but you don't know anything about the Spectre?
No, I know the Spectre. I think this is kind of like my big. This is why I like Marvel more than DC in general. Is I'm just not a big like, not fantasy per se, but like kind of more the fantastical and like magic centered characters. It just never resonates with me, you know? I feel like I like something that feels real and tangible. And I think the Marvel universe has a lot of like grit to it. It feels like it could take place in the modern day, but DC is so magical and so fantastical that it just doesn't like it's not. I'm not saying it's bad. I think there's a lot of great DC stories. There's a lot of great magic based characters. It just isn't something that resonates with me personally. And I think Spectre is kind of emblematic of that. But I think, you know, I could change my mind. Taste changes. You know, there are things I hated 2 years ago that I love now. So maybe I just need to let the brain cook a little bit and have fine taste like you.
My taste is listen, my taste is everything is good. That's my taste. I wish my taste was more. I wish my taste had a little more variety to it. By the way, Decent says Yoo-Hoo kind of cute, low key.
Yo, big shout out, Decent XP.
Just Yoo-Hoo is kind of cute. How dare you?
Shameless self promo. Decent XP is a really good friend of mine. We host a podcast together called Crash Out Comics. We yap about. We do a little book club all the time, talking about comics, and we kind of do other episodes talking about comic related things. He's a great guy. He's cuter than me, if you can believe it or not.
Way to go, Decent. Hubba says, "Hey, first time catching a roundtable." Yeah, well, I hope you liked it. Hope you liked it. Let's see. Gracie says, "I'm disappointed. I'm calling for a name change ASAP. If you're not drinking the Yoo-Hoo, you're not allowed to call yourself Yoo-Hoo.
You know, if they want to sponsor me, then we can talk.
Drinking Yoo-Hoo will grow hair on your face. I smashed a lot of those Yoo-Hoos when I was a kid. That's what Ganderstein says." Let's see. Almost bought Remender's Punisher, deeply discounted. You just convinced me I made the right decision. Well, let me say about Remender's Punisher, it starts very strong. If you are a fan of the Dark Reign period, which I am, I thought when Bendis was running the Marvel universe, God, that's the best time in the history of comics. In the history of comics, the best time was Bendis on New Avengers, going into Civil War, coming out of Civil War, going into Secret Invasion, coming out, going into Dark Reign. Everything that came out of that Dark Reign era is so good. Oh my God, it's so fantastic. I'm such a fan of the Matt Fraction, Salvador La Roca, Iron Man. I love the Thunderbolts, There's so much great Dark Reign stuff. And Punisher, there is Punisher versus Sentry when Punisher is trying to kill Norman Osborn. That's how the Remender Punisher starts.
Wow.
And it is so good. Oh my God. The first arc in that book is so good. That's what made Frankencastle so bad, is it ruined that first arc for me. That's the only reason I haven't thrown that book into the trash, is because the first arc, the Dark Reign arc, is so good. So I highly recommend the first part, but I recommend the trade paperback. Why waste money on that omnibus? You who have you ever collected single issues?
You know, I don't collect singles just because it's a dangerous game. You know, I already got the Omni collection. There was a time where I like tried to, and it just doesn't hit the same for me to read it in that format, like waiting weeks or months to read the next piece of the story. I don't like that.
Do you double dip?
I try really hard not to double dip.
I wish I could.
I remember I heard you talking about that with Omnibus God the other day.
Oh, I wish I could, man. I'm so bad. I just told you, if they put out absolute editions of James Tynion's Batman stuff, I'd buy it, even though I have both omnibuses, all the trade paperbacks, and all the hardcovers. I would still buy an absolute edition because I have a problem. I have a sickness. AC says Ostrander is underrated. I think you're right. You're probably right. Yeah. By the way, Descent says read some Golden Age. That's a DC universe more grounded in reality. Well, the grounded age, there's nothing realistic about the Golden Age.
No, that's not true.
Really?
Golden Age is like
Golden Age has some realism in it.
I'm reading some Golden Age Batman for the first time right now.
Yeah.
It's very grounded. It's goofy. It's hilarious.
It does get wacky.
It's wacky, but it's not like Bat God. You know, I mean, like Captain America, Golden Age Captain America, first ever appearance. He's, you know, punching Hitler in the face. There's World War II going on. There's like remnants of the real world found in a lot of, especially like World War II Golden Age stuff. Very, very real in how they try to like portray the conflict, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I'll give you that. By the way, here's a comment I can get behind. Descent, thank you. You was kind of cute, but Ray is hella cute for someone that's pushing 60. I mean, come on.
No, Ray is hella.
Ray's got a George Clooney vibe.
No, you do. You do.
Yeah.
Now that you say it, I see it.
Yes, you see it. Yeah. I'm not much younger than him. Thank God I am younger. Let's see. Ray is secretly a barbarian. I'm not, how dare you? I am not a barbarian. Ray, did you remember those 2 recommended omnis? Okay, yeah. I was thinking about it. Ganderstein. Here's omnibuses. Tell me if you have these omnis. Because I was thinking about omnibuses for you. You said you're just starting a collection, but also I want to save you some money. So I wanted to get some that are cost effective. All right. And I did. I actually found a couple for you. All right. Let me double check. Let me double check the price, but I'm going to give you 2 omnibuses that are great omnibuses that would make a fantastic gift. All right. And I'm going to give them to you now. Number 1, and I love this run. It is amazing how much I love this run. I think the author is fantastic. I love her run, which is Mariko Tamaki. Mariko Tamaki's Detective Comics is so freaking good. I'm going to advise, and I'm going to tell you, I'm checking the price. I'm trying to find a price right now so I can give you the proper price to pay for it.
You know, in fun fact, I think that was the first ever ongoing bat related title that was not bat like Batman. It's not Batman because it's Detective Comics, but that was the first ever Batman title that was written by a woman, like an ongoing Batman run written by a woman.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that entire neighborhood story and the tower. Oh my God, I
haven't read it yet. I'm about to read it probably next month.
It's so good. It's so Mariko Tamaki knocked it out of the park. It was so good. Oh, I just love. Okay, let me find it. Hold on. Hold on. It's not available there. Let me check another place. Before I get, because I was gonna recommend it. I should have had this lined up, and I was gonna look last night, and I didn't. But Mariko Tamaki's Detective Comics Omnibus is definitely one. Let me find a price for you. Oh shit, it's sold out.
I think it might be nearing out of print status.
Dude, oh man, let me check. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, okay, it's too much.
I just found somebody selling it for $1,000 on eBay.
Yeah, buddy, it's too much. I'm sorry. It's too much. I was trying to get a cheap price for you, but it's even $96 on Amazon. Sorry, man. I was trying to find a good, cheap price. I wanted to save your wife money, and I thought this could be a way that she could buy two. All right. So here's my first one. Ganderstein, Jeff Johns' Aquaman is available on Amazon right now for $41. Wow. So number one, get Aquaman by Jeff Johns. That should be your first omnibus because that's $40. Okay, so now there's some money left over. Let's get you another great omnibus. And I wanted Detective Comics, but let me see how much Tynan's Batman's going for.
I think that one should still be available.
Yeah.
His
By the way, Volume 2 is going for a good price. Let me see.
Volume 1 is $84 on Amazon.
Oh, that's too much. I'm trying to put 40 with. Let's try to get you something cheap. I'm trying to get something for a good price, brother. Let me see. Do Aquaman Omnibus and
Morrison's Batman is $50 on Amazon, but
okay, Morrison's Batman would be a good one. That could be a good one.
It's a little confusing for new readers, I think.
It's a lot of confusing. Don't believe anyone saying it's a little confusing. It's a lot of confusing.
Greg Rucka's Wonder Woman is $60.
Oh my God, Greg Rucka's so good. I love Greg Rucka. Let me
Gotham
give you
Central is $54.
Oh God, Gotham Central so good. Are you a Ganderstein? Are you a Marvel? You want a Marvel or you want a DC? So I'm trying to find you a cost-effective one. Oh, by the way, he says I've got the Morrison. All right, you've got Morrison.
Nice.
Okay. What about, have you ever gotten, I wonder what's Tynan's Detective going for?
The Rise and Fall. That's a hefty one, I think.
Yes, that's a great omnibus. Oh my God, that's good.
That one on Amazon. Mm-hmm.
87 on Amazon. Well, I'm going to suggest Tynan Batman Volume 1 or Mariko Tamaki's Detective. But like I said, they're both going for, they're going, obviously they're almost sold out. Carl says Hawkman by Johns is only $50. That's a very good omnibus. So get the Aquaman for 40, but then I also want you to get something else too. I want to keep it under $100. So if we can get another $50 omnibus, I'm trying to get one for you, brother. The Descent says The Flash by Jeff Johns.
No, don't do that. No, I'm kidding. I haven't read it.
Oh, The Flash by Johns is good. Carl says Secret 6 by Gail Simone's only 64. Gail Simone. I
Ooh.
love Gail Simone.
That's a fun book.
Gail Simone is awesome.
Batman and Robin Adventures Omnibus is $41 if you like the Batman and Robin TV show.
Well, he's not
like
a child. He's not a
Hey.
child, so I want him to. I want to get him an adult. Let me get him an adult book. Hold on, let me see. It's too much. Too much. I thought I found something good for you, but it's too much money, brother. Shit. I was looking for a Venom omnibus. Too much. God, they're all sold out. I'm trying to find you a cheap Marvel omnibus.
She-Hulk by Dan Slott is $36 right now.
Oh, that's cheap. Let me find you a good. All right. Captain America. Captain America. Volume 2 of Captain America is $51 on Amazon. And that's just checking Amazon. That's a pretty good price. That'll get you two omnibuses for under $100. That's not bad, brother.
Have you heard about Fanaticals?
Yeah, but their Fanaticals is they're almost done. I mean,
They got Secret
bought Diamonds
Warriors by
Overstack.
Hickman.
They bought Diamonds Overstock, and they bought stuff from Target, but they're almost out of it. And they just restocked some of the stuff they already had, but they're not putting up new stuff anymore. Which sucks.
They do have Secret Warriors by Hickman, which is only
Yeah.
$30 right now. That's a fantastic book.
You know what? Yeah, it's a good amount. Hello, you are on ChubbyRay Comics. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hey, Ray. This is Carl calling again, and he just mentioned Fanaticals.
Yes.
Go on eBay, and this guy was previously known as Lee's Mail, but now he's under the Earthquake Comics on eBay.
Yeah. And
He has literally everything that Fanaticals has at close to the same prices that Fanaticals has, but he ships out within 2 days.
completely different from Fanaticals. Fanaticals take 6 weeks to ship anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I said that, Earthquake Comics, I buy a lot of stuff from him because if you see it on Fanatical site, you go over to his. I don't know if they're related to each other because they have almost mirror each other's material that they carry.
He probably got into the sale for Diamond or bought some of that overstock.
But he ships out within 2 to 3 days.
I'll check.
I mean, I've gotten stuff as quick as a week after ordering it.
Dude, that's pretty good.
And remember that Earthquake.
Using in stock trades because they're shipping. I only go to Crooks and Bandits Comics now because quick shipping, man. I love Adam, man. He's on it. And you notice even on like Sundays when you think every place is closed down or not doing anything, that man's in there working on orders. I know. He's crazy. Awesome. I'll check out Earthquake Comics, Carl. I'll check it out.
All right. I just thought I'd throw it out there because Fanaticals.
Thank you, buddy. 6 weeks is too long to ship.
That's fair.
Let me get more questions, guys. More questions for you if you guys got them. Or a question, of course, for me, but we'll answer. We're gonna talk comics. I love talking.
I have a question for you, Ray.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the worst book you've read in the past month or two?
I like.
I know that's why I want to know because you're such a lover. I want to know.
I like everything, man. It's hard for me to find. It's hard for me to find things I don't like. I'm currently reading. Oh, I'll give you a surprising one.
Okay.
And it's not that I didn't like it. but I liked it a lot less than I thought I would. So I stopped reading it. And
Oh,
it is shocking. And it is a shocking, shocking book. Scott Snyder's Justice League.
really?
I love Scott Snyder and I love the Justice League. I think it's because I was expecting so much from it.
Mm,
That I held it to too high. So I decided, you know what? I need to stop reading this and get it out of my mind, and I'll try to read it again at some point later. So yeah, there's an honest answer. And it's also James Tynion. James Tynion is one of, I'm doing a video tonight of my 5-star writers. And James Tynion, I love James Tynion. I mean, he's phenomenal. But he wrote it too, and surprisingly, for some reason, it just didn't click with me.
really?
It didn't click. I love Snyder's Absolute Batman. I liked his original Batman. Have you ever read Undiscovered Country by Scott Snyder? Oh my God.
I have not.
Snyder's so good. But for some reason, his Justice League, I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it as much as I thought I would. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
That's
So
interesting. You know
That's
what's crazy about Tynion too is that, and he has a really interesting backstory. Scott Snyder used to teach a class, and then Tynion was his student. And so when he was writing American Vampire, he would always send like drafts of American Vampire to Tynion, and he would help him like figure it out. And so at one point, Snyder was doing New 52 Batman, and DC wanted to add more pages in the back of the book. And Snyder was already doing New 52 Batman, and he was doing American Vampire. And he was just like, I can't do this. And that was the point. He brought Tynion in. Tynion's first ever published work as a comic book author is Batman.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's great. No, I love Tynion's detective run is so phenomenal. Oh my God. I love Rise and Fall of Batman. I love it. I love everything with Batman that Tynion has ever written. I think is just fantastic. I love it. By the way, when are you going to read The Flash?
This is an inside joke I have with a decent.
Well, I have that same question.
I'll read The Flash when I'm held at gunpoint and I'm forced to.
Wow.
It's just very low on my priority. And all jokes aside, I am fascinated by The Flash. I think there's a lot of potential with him, but he's just one of those characters where there's just so much, there's so many comics in the world to read that you got to build a priority and make a hierarchy of like, this is at the top of the list, this is the bottom of the list. Unfortunately, Flash is one of those guys where it's going to take a while for me to work up to the point where I'm ready to read him,
I got to tell you, man, I have a Flash book right here, man. Jeff Johns, Volume 1 of The Flash. This is the first printing. It's good stuff, man. Johns writes Wally West, and he also writes Barry Allen. Now, Barry Allen is my Flash, but I love Wally West too.
Why do you like Barry more than Wally?
Because I'm old. And Barry was my Flash when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s.
So you were reading comics back in the 70s?
Oh, yes. Oh, God. I loved comics. My very first comic was Legion of Superheroes, but I remember reading early Bronze Age Flash, the Trial of the Flash, the Death of Iris West, when they go to the future and all that stuff. I read all that stuff.
Wow.
So good. It's just great. We need a Bronze Age Flash on this.
That would be cool. What were your favorite comics you read back when you were a kid?
Legion of Superheroes was number 1. Number 2, Justice League of America. Bronze Age, Superboy and the Legion, and Justice League of America, by far my favorites.
Who's the author?
Fantastic Four by Marv Wolfman was coming out, and it was great. The authors were for the Legion. It was Cary Bates and Jerry Conway and Paul Levitt. I mean, just great authors. And Justice League was very early on. Jerry Conway and pretty much the same guys. You know, Bates was also writing Flash. He would write Flash, Legion, Justice League. He would write everything. If you get a study on somebody, read about Cary Bates. What an amazing man, an amazing writer.
Can I ask you?
There are just some great authors back then.
Were you reading comics like when Crisis on Infinite Earths happened?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Was it confusing when it was happening?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I wasn't in high school yet, but yeah, it was right. It was right when I was I was in high school. I was in high school when it was coming out. So yeah, it was very. But I remember the Flash dying. And reading it in a single at my friend's house and going, oh my God, and just how it affected me. You know what I mean? It just, oh my God. Descent says, Ray, what's your favorite Flash run? Well, it's got to be, my favorite Flash run is Joshua Williamson's Rebirth Flash. I love Joshua Williamson's Rebirth. Barry Allen is so good. And then when Jeremy Adams took over after Josh Williamson, it's very good too. But I love Williamson's run. The third volume of that omnibus is coming out. I want to say, is it coming out? It's either July or November. It's coming out. The third omnibus. The first two were amazing. So yeah, I love Joshua Williamson's Flash. But I love all the Justice League heroes. I love Superman, love Batman, love the Flash, love Green Lantern, even Hawkman. I'm even a Hawkman fan. Love Wonder Woman. I'm just a fan. Also the Justice Society. I'm a huge fan of the Justice Society. So I guess I'm more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy, but you know.
That's interesting.
I think that says, I'm not sure what it says about people, but I think it says a lot. If you're a DC or Marvel guy. Yoo-hoo, if I own Batman and Son and Grant Morrison Batman Volume 2, both in trade, can I skip the Omnibus Volume 1? I own 2 and 3.
I have to look up the contents of those trades because I have no clue. Let me see. Batman and Son trade paperback collects the Batman and Son arc, and then Batman Volume 2 trade Grant Morrison. Let's see. It depends if this collects RIP. So it seems like you should be good based off of my very minimal research. I think that's about the contents of Volume 1.
By the way, RIP, isn't RIP coming out in Absolute?
I think it is, yeah.
I love that. Love that. I got to get that too. I'm looking at the trade paperback and the hardcover, but I think I need that Absolute edition. I really do.
What motivates you to buy it so many times?
Because I'm old and crazy. Oh, it's such a great story. It's such a great story.
The moment where he just punches up from the grave and he crawls out of the ground. It's just so iconic.
I'm such a fan. Oh my God. And what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Jezebel.
Yes. Yeah, it's just and you just know when Bruce Wayne's getting into a relationship, you just go, oh God, don't do it, Bruce. That's not going to end well. It won't end well. And it never does. Of course, I am not a fan of Zur-En-Arrh. I hate
Really?
Yeah. And I hated the fact that Zdarsky, I thought that was the worst thing that Grant Morrison wrote was Zur-En-Arrh. And I hated the fact that Zdarsky decided to I hate the fact that Zdarsky decided to borrow Morrison's worst arc.
That's fascinating. I think Zur-En-Arrh is one of the most interesting things about that run.
I just, I do think I thought it was interesting that Batman, because it makes sense. It makes sense that Bruce Wayne, this trauma-filled person who refuses to grow up, would set protections against himself. So it does make sense that he would create a Zurin R, that he would create a failsafe. So all that stuff makes sense, but I just don't like it. I don't.
Fair enough, man.
But I love Batman and Son. So I don't hate Morrison's run. You know, I
think my least favorite part of Morrison's run is the final chapter with Batman Incorporated. I feel like it really kind of falters in the last half. But
I did not like the when he and Tim Drake go to the island and there's all the weird all the heroes. I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that either.
That stuff is really.
Those guys end up being in. Some of those guys end up being in
Are you familiar with the? I think it's called the Black Case Book. There's a whole I think that stuff is really elevated if you go back and you read those like Silver Age issues that Morrison is pulling on, but without that context, it feels very out of place.
But I'll tell you, let me grab it for reference just to make sure I'm right. I think that Williamson takes some of those. Let me double check. Maybe I'm misremembering. Joshua Williamson had a short run on Batman during Tynan's run.
Was that like the Battle for the Cowl stuff?
It was called The Abyss.
Oh.
All right. It's Batman Abyss, and Joshua Williamson uses some of those characters from Morrison's Batman. He uses them, and it makes sense. And it's a very, very good story.
You just put me on.
Very good story. But he uses some of those Morrison characters, and it works. It really works well. But again, I don't want to give spoilers, but in the context, it works very well. So, yeah, I think that Williamson made something of it. I'm not saying that Morrison was wrong, but I really like what Williamson did with them in Abyss. Abyss is a good story. So there's another ChubbyRay, a Chubby recommendation, everybody. That's my new thing I just created.
You just put me on. I've never heard of it. Oh my God. Get this guy.
God says Morrison's Batman.
Get this guy out of here. No one wants to hear it.
That's almost as good as a super chat.
No one wants to hear it. Can we ban this guy? Can we ban on this?
By the way, always an instigator says, I just read Absolute Green Arrow issue from the past week. I heard it's great. I heard it was great. I can't wait. Till we get the trade of that. Descent says Williamson's Flash is goated. Great. Thank you, Descent. I like this Descent. I like this guy.
You should get him on. He's a really, really fun guy.
I like him. That's great. He says he's been trying to get Yoo-Hoo to read Crisis, and you couldn't finish it.
I've read Crisis before.
You couldn't finish Wolfman's Crisis?
I was rereading it, and we were going to reread it for a book club, and I read like half of it, and then everybody else bailed on the book club, so I didn't finish it. But I was rereading it. But I don't know. Crisis is just not for me. I'm not a big fan of it.
The initial Crisis is very dense. It's Final Crisis, very dense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, there are two great Crises that I love. Infinite Crisis by Jeff Johns is incredible. And Dark Crisis by Joshua Williams is very, very good.
You're not going to put Identity Crisis up there?
I love Identity Crisis, but not a crisis. It's just a fantastic story that anyone with taste loves. All right, hello, you're on ChubbyRay Comics. Hello.
ChubbyRay, I got a question for you.
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
This is Tuesday.
What's up, Tuesday?
I don't want to wait. I didn't want to wait in chat. Oh, what's up? Oh, also, Yahoo's a great guest. This is awesome comic book. I don't have a local comic book shop, so I'm getting my comic book talk right now just by watching your stream. So this is badass. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What is in your? I think you just kind of answered it. What is in your opinion of all the crisis? What's the best crisis that happened? Which one's did you think is the worst? And what are your predictions for the upcoming crisis? Well, the possible upcoming crisis with Darkseid and all that stuff.
Do you want to go first, Yoo-Hoo?
Yeah. For me personally, I think the worst crisis is probably. I've only read Crisis on Infinite Earths and Infinite Crisis, so those are the only two I have knowledge of. And if I had to compare, I'd say Crisis on Infinite Earths is my least favorite, and then by default, Infinite Crisis would be my most favorite.
My favorite is Infinite Crisis because it fixed a lot of things.
Okay.
And it brought back, and it did bring back the multiverse. 52 different multiverses. It brought them back. And okay. I loved Superboy Prime and the story. Plus, if you have the omnibus, and I will go to my grave saying this. Infinite Crisis is the most perfectly mapped event book of all time, period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. There is no other event book mapped as well as Infinite Crisis. It is mapped so properly. I just love it. The worst crisis is Final Crisis.
Oh, I have read Final Crisis.
Okay, yeah.
Because I have read it a dozen times and I still don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay. All right, that's fair. And then second question, would you rather do Jeff Johns' Green Lantern? Which one's better, Jeff Johns' Green Lantern or Williamson's Flash?
Oh God, Green Lantern, Jeff Johns, Jeff Johns. I gotta be Jeff Johns' Green Lantern. I think is for people getting into the hobby. If someone's getting into collected editions, I recommend Jeff Johns' Green Lanterns and Jeff Johns' Aquaman because they're both amazing. I just think they're both amazing. And these are books that would make a person fall in love with omnibuses. And that's our goal. And the other thing is, if it wasn't out of print, I would say Bendis's New Avengers. Those should be every person's starter omnibus is Green Lantern by Jeff Johns, Bendis's New Avengers, Aquaman. They would, and maybe Brew Baker's Captain America. If I had to pick starter omnibuses, those would be the ones. I think they're that good. I love Joshua Williamson's Flash. It's amazing, but I would give the nod to John's Green Lantern.
I keep asking myself why you keep pushing for Bendis to be like you keep saying Bendis's New Avengers and Avengers run was the best, and I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, the point, it's valid because you had Brand New Day was coming out then, Decimation was happening at that time, the Registration Act, everything that was ultimately that was our perfect time for comics. Everything was so good. I mean, I can't argue with you. Like all those awesome events, and then you had like the Avengers at the center of it. That was not a golden age, but I mean, it was
because when Marvel brought Bendis in, when they brought him in, they started. I read a big essay from Bendis once about how they did it all, and they would have these big outings, and they would bring all the main creators together. And they would start to plan the entire Marvel universe, and Bendis would head it up. And it was Bendis and Brubaker and all these great minds. And Bendis had plans for House of M, and he had plans for the Avengers. And his thing with the Avengers is let's blow them up. And everybody's like, what? And he goes, yeah, let's blow them up, blow them the hell up. And he had a plan. And so what he did is, He then came up, and then Mark Millar came up with Crisis, and they tied everything together. So Bendis's Avengers Disassembled, it goes into House of M, it goes into Civil War. Everything connects, and all the books, they all create they all create a synergy with each other within the Marvel universe, and it's so great. It's so great. With the Illuminati, he found a reason why the Hulk was not involved in Civil War, because he was the one who figured out, you know what? If we can't have Hulk, because whichever going to win. So they said we find a way to get rid of him. So they found a way to get rid of the Hulk. That was all Bendis. It was Bendis and Brubaker and Fraction. So many great minds coming together in these conferences that would plan this stuff. And I think that's why those books were so good. And you got House of M, and that, you know, look at what House of M did. House of M led to why am I zoning on what came after?
Decimation.
Yeah, Decimation.
Decimation. And then that went into the Messiah. Then that goes right in the Messiah trilogy. And then
then we have Avengers versus X-Men.
Yes. Then you get Kieran Gillen's run. Then you get why am I forgetting the name? I was just talking the book where they separate of Uncanny Avengers and Wolverine.
Schism?
Yeah, Schism. Thank you. So you get Schism. And then you get the Avengers versus all that stuff ties in. It all goes boom, 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 boom. That's because they would have these meetings with everybody coming together. And I argue that is the best era in comics, period. But definitely Marvel comics. And now it's so strange. You look at comics now, DC is obviously having these meetings. And they're putting Scott Snyder in charge of these meetings. You could tell that Snyder is saying, here's what we're going to do with Absolute versus here's what we're going to do with the other stuff. And they're having the meetings, and you can tell that Marvel is not.
Yeah. You know what's really
with all that praise for Bendis, he's great, but then he went and he kind of pooped the bed with Superman. I mean, honestly.
Well, from what I understand, they brought him over to DC. And you got to remember, Dan Didio was in charge, and he said, well, hey, what would you say about having these outings where we bring everybody together? And Didio said, no.
Wow.
And it ended up, and it led to the breakup. It led to the breakup of that DC regime. And that's how Jim Lee got put in charge. In fact, I want to say, I think Sean and Marco and Ty, I think that the Comic Pals just did a big thing about this. If you watch the Comic Pals content, they've done some very good videos about the Rebirth era. If you get a chance to watch those,
I'll check it out.
Really interesting. The downfall of Didio and all that stuff is really interesting. So I highly recommend that. But
Ray, thank you for taking my call. Yahoo, you're awesome and great. Before I go, Ray, I know that you were talking about, you wish you had, you loved. By the way, congratulations to your daughter for graduating. By the way.
Oh yeah, thank you.
But yeah, in case you don't, she doesn't find a nerd, I would love it if you would just leave your books to me. That would be great because I would take good care of them. I think you should just adopt me as your son, and I can be your, the future steward of comic books for the future of ChubbyRay. Don't give him to Wesley. Don't give him to Wesley.
I have my fingers crossed that my daughter will find either a young man or a young woman, whatever she finds is fine me, who is a comic geek like me.
The only criteria
that my daughter picks men as good as my wife does, and she finds someone who is as nerdy as me, and they have a child, and that child is as nerdy as me, and I could leave all of this to a grandchild. That would be my wish.
Ray, may her first child be a masculine child.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you later, brother.
Later, buddy. May your first child, may your first grandchild, may your first child be a masculine child. Oh,
what a wonderful call.
That's awesome. By the way, Goomba Guy says he still does not own Mariko Tamaki.
Bro, leap on it now because it seems like that book might go out of print very soon.
Yeah, you got to get it. Get Mariko Tamaki's Detective. It's so good, guys. Hi, you're on ChubbyRay Comics. Hello. Oh, okay. Thank you for calling. Please try again. Comic Pals deep dive videos are spectacular. Yeah, AC, you're right, brother. You are right. By the way, Descent says he loves Yahoo instead of you. That was great. All right, here we go. Hello, you are on with ChubbyRay and Yoo-Hoo. Hello.
Ray,
Yes.
Oh my God, I know who this
what?
is.
You're just letting anyone on the show now?
Get this guy out of here. Get this. Hang up. Hang up.
It's Omnibus God.
What's up, buddy?
You're
I
just
love
letting any
Omnibus
schmuck
God. How
on
you
the
doing,
show
pal?
now?
How you doing? Well, how do you think Yoo-Hoo did? Was Yoo-Hoo as good as you as a guest?
I don't think so, man. I think he started some controversy in the chat. I mean, this guy isn't good for the brand.
He brought in trolls. You're right. You brought in trolls. You're right. Tom had to boot people.
No. It's all jokes aside. I love everybody. If you don't know, I love Yoo-Hoo. That is my brother from another mother and father. But you guys are killing it right now. I love seeing you guys up there chatting it up. I gotta get Yoo-Hoo on cam saying this though. Yoo-Hoo, what's the better Batman run? Is it Dini or Morrison? I need you to be 100% right now for the audience. What's the truth?
This is such a difficult question. Here's the thing. I'm going to do what any good politician does. I'm not going to answer it. And I'm going to give you a roundabout way of responding to the question. Because Grant Morrison's Batman is fundamental to the mythos and the character of Batman. It penned the concept of the Bat God, the Batman with prep time, the guy who's ready for everything. That has its roots in Morrison's Batman run, and it made Batman into the everlasting figure he is today, and you got to respect it. It introduced us to Damian Wayne, who's one of my favorite characters in all of comics. It gave us Dick Grayson a long stint as Batman, which is fantastic. Meanwhile, Dini's Batman, super episodic, super entertaining. The mysteries are gripping. They leave you at the edge of your seat. There's always something that makes you want to keep turning the page. It's a perfect encapsulation of what a detective story should look like. So it's like apples to oranges, you know? Do you want the detective run? Do you want the mystery? Do you want the action? Or do you want the mystical, fantastical Batman? They're both perfect, right? In my opinion. It just depends on what you like in Batman.
I think creators post Morrison used the Batman that Morrison furthered. I think we don't get as good a run from Tynan if Morrison hadn't happened. I don't think we get as good a run from King if Morrison had not happened.
So then can we get Yoo-Hoo to admit that the Stan Lee era of comics is the greatest era of all time?
All right, let's not get crazy.
We don't have anything without it.
Let's not get crazy here. You know what? It's very consequential and very impactful. It's just not my cup of tea all the time.
Stan Lee is not the best Spider-Man writer. I mean, Stan Lee's great, but he's not the best. He wrote the origin, but he's not the best Spider-Man writer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He did
by
the origin
logic, you know.
He did the origin for the Avengers. He's not the best Avengers writer. He did the origin for the Fantastic Four. He's not the best Fantastic Four writer.
But by Yoo-Hoo's logic, I'm saying.
Oh, Yoo-Hoo. Well, I'm using actual logic.
Fair enough. Listen, it's great to see you guys up there. Yoo-Hoo, you're doing a great job. I love you, brother. Thanks for taking the call, Ray.
Oh, thank you.
Sure to check out our podcast, Crash Out Comics, if you like me and Omni's dynamic too. We go back and forth about comics all the time over there.
Crash Out Comics is you guys' podcast?
Yes.
By the way, let me plug Omnibus God. He just had a great video about Long Shadows, the Judd Winnick, Mark Bagley run of Batman. He talked about Mark Bagley's art, but that's a great run. that really is a fantastic run of Batman that I highly recommend.
Dude, he totally put me on. I never knew that run existed until he made the video. And the only reason he talked about it was because it was one of the few times Mark Bagley drew Batman, which is crazy.
He went over to DC.
Everyone go check out Omnibus God on YouTube. He makes fantastic video essays. He's a huge guy that loves he's a huge guy. He's a huge into art. Like he loves comic book art, and his analysis and the way he talks about art is something that I don't see a lot of people doing. He's got a really unique perspective and angle when it comes to understanding the history and the impact and kind of just analyzing how these pieces look. It's really great stuff if you guys want a more unique perspective on comic book analysis.
It really is a great guy. And I tell you, I think of Omnibus God and you, who is these are both guys that are so much younger than me, but I can't believe I'm friends with them. They're so young. But but really, I do enjoy talking to you guys. You guys it's always entertaining. And your dynamic with each other is always amazing to watch. So yeah, and is Crash Out Comics is the podcast?
Crash Out Comics, yes, sir.
Check it out. By the way, Wes says, I think Stan Lee is the best Fantastic Four writer. That's Lee and Kirby run. I know it defined everything about the team, but come on. The best Fantastic Four writer is Jonathan Hickman. I mean, what Hickman did was amazing. The most underrated Fantastic Four, Mark Miller. I thought Mark Millar's Fantastic Four. Brian Hitch art was fantastic. Marv Wolfman's Fantastic Four. Tom DeFalco's Fantastic Four. Unbelievable. Don't get me started. I love Tom DeFalco's Fantastic Four. Hot take. The best depictions of Spider-Mans are not from mainline Amazing Spider-Man and are from out of continuity stories, cartoons, video games, and movies, all of which are comic accurate. Well, the comic is always better than the movie, period.
I think my favorite take of I haven't read a lot of Spider-Man comics. I'm like Omnibus God. We have a huge back and forth because he's the Spider-Man guy. I'm the Batman guy. I've read some of the Stan Lee stuff, and it took me some time, and I finally learned to love it, but it's still like a little dense for my taste. I've read JMS, which is fantastic.
Oh, JMS is great. I've
read some of the 90s stuff. So I've read the Michelini, the McFarlane, and the Larson stuff. And I've read Ultimate Spider-Man. And out of all of that, even when you compare it to like movies and video games, JMS's Spider-Man is just straight to the point. It feels like the most progressed version of Peter I've seen in like any form of media. Him with Mary Jane.
And then they blew it all up.
Yeah, but
that's what. Have you ever read Rising Stars?
I have no clue what that is.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna tell you. I'm giving you a recommendation right now. A recommendation is to read.
Ray, you can't say I'm gonna give you this and then lean back.
You have to read Rising Stars. It is J. Michael Straczynski's independent comic. It's so amazing. It's such a great read. It's maybe my favorite. When I do my top independent books of all time, it's right there at the top. It's Rising Stars. It's Letter 44. It's right there. It's right there at the top. Rising Stars.
Let me write this down.
So good. It's so good. It's about this power from out of space comes to Earth, and it strikes a town in Illinois, which is where I'm from. And every pregnant woman is hit by this force.
What? That's
and
crazy.
All of their children are born with superpowers.
Wow.
That's the story. And so these children are born and they all come out and they all end up having superpowers. Think about how the world would react. What would these people do? That's what you get from Rising Stars. And it is amazing. It's written by J. Michael Straczynski, one of my favorite books of all time.
That's fascinating.
Anybody talks bad about it in the chat room, Tom, I want them banned and thrown out immediately. because Rising Stars is amazing. It is amazing. I love it. I'm such a fan. So please write that down as a Ray recommendation for you. A chubby recommendation. That's what I'm going to call it. That's my chubby recommendation for you. Who, if I had the money that was cheaper, I would buy it and send it to you.
Is it out of print?
I don't know. I think it's still in print. I hope it's still in print because it's a book that everybody should read. Everyone should read Rising Stars. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, there's a compendium.
Yeah, it was done by Mark Silvestri's Top Cow. Did it in Image.
Interesting.
It's so good, man. Oh, I love.
I just added this to my wish list.
I've been trying to get the omnibus like hardcover of it forever, but I bought it once. I bought it once from eBay. They delivered it, and someone stole it.
No,
they stole it. It was either damaged in the truck being delivered, or someone swiped it. But it was taken, and I've never gotten it.
Oh my god!
But I paid for it. I found one on eBay and I bought it, and then it wasn't delivered because it was stolen. So
that's such a tragedy. I'm so sorry. We'll get that in your hands one day.
Yeah, you got to read Rising Stars. I think you'd like it. By the way,
you sold me. That's a really cool pitch.
Let's see. AC says I gave away my House of M omnibus. Oh, listen, I love the House of M. I love the Spider-Man story in House of M. Did you ever read the House of M omnibus?
So that's the thing. I have it. I haven't read it because I'm trying to get everything in that like era before I start reading the Bendis era, because I know there's a lot of events that aren't in the Omni but that tie into the Omni. So I have House of M. I need to get Secret Invasion is another one I need to get because I know that takes place during it.
Oh, yeah, Secret Invasion is so good.
I think Siege is another one.
Oh, Siege is so good. And you've never read House of M? You've never read... How do you call yourself a comic book fan?
I'm a LARPer.
You're a LARPer. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I got to tell you, that's crazy. Have you ever read Avengers Disassembled?
I haven't.
Oh my God.
The only thing from like that, I've read Secret War, like the start of it, and I'm just waiting for the rest because I think the Omnibus 3 comes out later this year too, and I kind of want to just go back to back to back.
The new Avengers I'm telling you, Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man is glorious. It's glorious. I love Bendis. His Daredevil is so amazing. The best thing he's ever written. Best thing.
Wow.
New Avengers. It's
all the way through. You think it stays consistent?
It's so well. It does. It does start the weekend. It starts the weekend as it goes on. But I'm telling you, the first 50 issues are fantastic. I mean, everything. Like I said, everything connects. Everything goes. Captain America dying. Everything goes through it. Everything goes through Bendis. The Winter Soldier becoming Captain America. Imagine he's in the Avengers. All that stuff happens. You have the true Avengers, the mighty Avengers, the Avengers that are registered. You have the new Avengers, they're unregistered. You have everything that happens. The Spider-Man, it all connects. It's so well done. I mean, Bendis's New Avengers is fantastic. He also wrote the Mighty Avengers, which we need an omnibus of the Mighty Avengers, for God's sakes. Marvel damn well better do it.
There's so much Bendis material to collect, I feel like, that still needs to come to fruition.
Love this. Have you ever read Sam and Twitch?
I have no clue I've never heard of it until today.
Have you ever read Spawn?
I've no Spawn. I've never read Spawn either.
Sam and Twitch are detectives that come out of the Spawn verse.
Interesting.
And Bendis was writing it.
Oh,
so he takes them out of the Spawn book and he gives them their own book. And McFarlane it's so good.
Oh, McFarlane draws it?
McFarlane. It's amazing.
What?
And it's a crime drama.
that sounds incredible, dude.
Yeah, it is
Oh
very,
my gosh.
very good.
Because especially like that, Bendis is such a good crime writer, in my
Yes.
opinion. I think one book that gets severely overlooked is Alias. I
Yes,
think Alias is like
it's fantastic.
that was, I think, one of my first. It might have been my first Bendis book. I remember I read that in one sitting because it was just so compelling. Like the mystery and the way it unravels and the way it relates to real life superheroes and Jessica Jones's past. And then I put down the book and I didn't even realize that's the first appearance of Jessica Jones.
Yes.
He created her. And it doesn't even feel like that. It feels like she's been around forever.
Have you ever read Powers?
I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't read it.
You'd love Powers too. Powers is really Bendis is an amazing author. I just think he's not given the proper respect now because he's sort of taken time off or he's taken time away. He's also very liberal, and so he's sort of been shit on for that, which I'm 100% against anyone. I don't like that, but he has taken some grief for that. But you can understand. I mean, I think he and his wife have children of different races or different ethnicities. Bendis is an amazing person. I just love Brian Michael Bendis. And the other thing he's given shit for is his Superman. His Superman could have been better.
I have a friend, the fourth host of the podcast. His name is Chris L. The biggest Superman fan I know. This dude loves Golden Age Superman. He loves Silver Age Superman. He reads the modern stuff. He probably is, in my opinion, like one of the most informed people on the character of Superman. He loves the Bendis run. He actually really enjoys it. So I think, Bendis' Superman, I mean, I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it.
Bendis took big swings, and I appreciated the big swings. However, my favorite comic of all time is Legion of Superheroes. Bendis wrote the Legion of Superheroes. The worst comic I've ever read. I hate to say that because I love Brian Michael Bendis. His Legion of Superheroes.
What happened? What made it so?
It's he blows up the earth. He puts them in a fake, or it's just. And here's what I love the fact. I love the fact that he took these pretty much all white characters and he diversified them. I love that. That's not what rubs me the wrong way. What rubs me the wrong way is he takes the earth and he puts it, it's not the planet Earth, it's a floating, I don't even like talking about it, rub me the wrong way.
Sorry, we don't have to bring up the bad feelings right now.
His Legion,
positive energy going.
His Legion I thought was going to be great, and he just tried to recreate the wheel, and I didn't like it. And I wish Teed had just continued Paul Levitz's Legion, continued on using his greatness in the same way he took the Stan Lee, Kurt Busiek, Roger Stern. He took their Avengers and then he created the new Avengers. I wish he'd have done that same thing with the Legion of Superheroes that he didn't. So, oh well, but that's the only misstep he's ever had, in my opinion.
Have you read his
Bendis
X-Men?
would come back to Marvel where he belongs.
Isn't he coming back for an Avengers issue? I heard.
I hope so. I hope he comes back and Marvel starts the big sessions together and they start doing what they used to do. Because
listen, let's not give any faith or any credit to Marvel because they've done nothing to prove that they're going to do these things.
But I would love to see Bendis and Zdarsky and Jed McKay and some of these great creators.
Yeah.
And Donnie Cates. Let's get Donnie Cates. Let's get him healthy and get him back involved.
One of the things I heard
guys get together
was that originally the Ultimate Universe, I need to verify this, so this could be misinformation, but I heard that originally the new Ultimate Universe, right? Hickman penned the start of the new Ultimate Universe with Ultimate Invasion. allegedly that was a Donny Cates conception, which makes a lot of sense because Cates plays around with the Maker a lot in his Venom run.
Yeah.
Cates was originally going to kind of spearhead the new Ultimate Universe, and then
I love Cates. I love Cates.
yeah, but then
By
he had
the
his
way, Donny
accident.
Cates' Venom run contains the Maker. He's so good. Oh my god!
But
The
he had
Maker.
an accident, and so that at that
Yeah.
point Hickman took over, and he kind of like I was the architect of this new Ultimate Universe. But it really makes you wonder what would have happened if that didn't happen. Like, how different would the Ultimate Universe be if the guy who came up with the idea was able to execute on his vision?
You could tell that Donny Cates loves the Maker.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I love the character of the Maker. I love that character. I don't know why, because he's so evil, and I'm such a fan of heroes, but I love the Maker because he's such a bad guy, and I love it. But then again, I think Reed Richards. If I had to pick my favorite hero in Marvel, it's Reed Richards. I love Reed Richards. So maybe that's why I love the Maker so much. But what Donny Cates does with the Maker in his Venom run is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd love to see more of that happen, but I don't know what they're going to do with I haven't read the ending of the Ultimate Universe, of course, because it's not out in collected edition, but I will, and then I'll give my thoughts. But I've heard from people that I'm not going to like it.
Yeah, I honestly I'm not up to date at all with the new Ultimate Universe, but it sounds like, based off of like online opinion, that the final arc of everything just feels like a big misstep. Now they're doing this new, like, I think it's called the Midnight Universe.
Yep.
And it's just like, what are we doing, Marvel? Let's get it together. Let's be cohesive, right?
Figure it out, Marvel.
Yeah.
What is
I feel like
this?
the last time Marvel had a sense of cohesion to their books was the Krakoa era of X-Men. And even then, towards the back half, it kind of fell apart after Hickman left because everyone was off doing their own thing.
If you look at those early aughts, the Bendis era, when all the creators were in sync, I mean, all the New Avengers, Civil War, World War Hulk, all that stuff was the Iron Man, Dark Reign. Oh my God. The Captain America Brubaker run, that whole run took place during all this stuff. It's so good. Fractions, Thor. I mean, everything is so good during this era. Everything is can't miss. It's all boom, boom, boom. That's when they were getting together and everybody would be on the same page. And Marvel stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Marvel needs to do it. How can they not figure out that's what they need to do? Marvel, if you're tired of getting your ass kicked by DC, this is why. You're not communicating anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You need to communicate. For God's sakes, what's wrong with you? Anyway, Yoo-Hoo, I've had a lot of fun, man. I've really enjoyed this.
Me too.
This
has been
talking
wonderful.
comics with you. I could talk comics all the time. I love it.
I know. I kind of just want to pick your brain all day. You have so much knowledge. You're like
so much fun. By the way, Wes says Ultimate Endgame so bad. Yeah, that's what I hear from everybody, man. I just keep hearing that it's bad. By the way, there's my boy Frederico. How you doing, Freddie? What's up, buddy? Hey, Frederico, send me your address and that money so I can get this off to you, pal.
Oh, what are we? Legion of
Superheroes. Frederico's doing a Legion reading order video.
Oh, wow.
He did not have. This is maybe the hardest to find Legion paperback you can get. He doesn't have it. And guess who had an extra one?
Wow.
The Chubs.
I guess that's the perks of double dipping, is sometimes you can.
That's right, buddy.
Help a homie out.
Speaking of double dipping, we were talking about Omnibus God earlier.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Long Shadows.
Yeah.
I might give this away. Because everyone, let me show you. I also have, if I can get it out, hold on. I have to remove my light to get it on. I also have this.
Oh, is that a deluxe?
I have the hardcover of Long Shadows
Oh,
with the Mark Bagley art. I have
that's
the
sick.
long cover, so I'm like, you know what? We've been hyping this up, so maybe I'll give away the paperback.
I like that.
I'm debating, everyone. I'm debating giving away. I haven't decided because I might want to keep both.
Why do you need both?
I'm debating. I might give away my Batman Long Shadows.
Let's make it happen, Ray.
That's because I'm such a great guy. Forgive me, but I have to be honest. But I do love that post-Morrison era. That post-Morrison era Batman stuff is so good. The Batman and Robin, the Morrison stuff is so good. With
My
Damian
Batman and Robin is like probably my favorite Batman run because Frank Quietly's art paired with the fact that Dick Grayson is Batman is just like, mwah,
that's just like Long Shadows. Long Shadows, Dick Grayson is Batman. So
I know. That's why I need to check it out. I had no clue that existed.
it's so great. Yeah, but I think I'll give that away. I think I'm going to give that away. Any more questions, guys? We're going to wrap up. So give me some. Yes, Wes, we got yours, pal. You guys get me some more questions because we're just about to wrap up. By the way, Hassan says, sorry I'm so late, buddy. About to crack open Ultimate Spider-Man. Good for you, man.
That's a great read.
Ultimate Spider-Man Bendis or the Hickman run. They're both good, but I'm interested in which one. Yeah, Freddie, send it. You could send it Venmo or Chime or Cash App, whatever. Let me know what you have, and I'll give you the address for it. Same with Big Fetty. Big Fetty, I got your address. I just sold Big Fetty my extra Fall of the Mutants omnibus. I gave him a deal on it because
that's a good one. I just got finished reading that, actually.
Oh, yeah. Big Fetty put up on my Discord, on the ChubbyRay Discord, Big Fetty put up his collection, right? And I was looking at his collection, and I said, you know what would make his collection perfect? What would make his collection perfect is if he had Fall of the Mutants. So I had an extra version. I'm like, I'm going to sell it. I sold it to him for like, I sold it to him on a cheap because he deserves it because his collection needed Fall of the Mutants.
That's the problem with X-Men is that everybody needs an X-Men Omni. Even if you're a huge X-Men fan, it's just those Omnis are so hard to get your hands on because they go out of print all the time. I have so many gaps in my Uncanny collection right now because it's just impossible. It's impossible to start collecting them because as soon as you get one, the one you need is out of print, and then you get the one you need, and then the one before that goes out. It's a vicious.
I want to get Crisis to help me organize my X-Men collection because it's so. I can show you. It's not in order. I can show you guys this. You guys who have great knowledge of what the X-Men reading order is or chronological order is.
Oh, you got a lot.
Oh, my omnibus. I have all the X-Men on. Yeah, but they're just not in the correct order. Hold on, I have to move these books. Let me move these books so you guys can see.
So we got Prelude to Mutant Massacre, Inferno Prologue, Inferno.
I don't know if you can see, guys. I have Uncanny. I have X-Men Classic, X-Men Hidden Years, Uncanny X-Men 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, X-Men by Jim Lee 1, 2, X-Men Blue and Gold, X-Men Fall of the Mutants, Mutant Massacre Prelude, Mutant Massacre, Inferno Prologue.
I think the Jim Lee stuff would go after.
Yeah, it
Inferno.
goes after that stuff. But I still have to get that all in order. Plus, I have all the hardcovers of Bishop's Crossing, Executioner's Song, Revolution, Operation Zero Tolerance, Shatterstar. I have
Blue and Gold.
Oh, I have Blue and Gold. It's very good. I know Bishop's Crossing is in it. I have X-Men and Apocalypse of 12. I have all the Onslaught. I have so much X-Men, but I got to put them in the correct order.
Yeah,
I must put them in the correct order. So.
They're one of those teams where there's so much stuff, and then the second you start to collect it, it's a vicious and dangerous rabbit hole.
It's so much. In fact, I need what's the book I need? There is one X-Men book I need. What the hell is it? Oh crap. There is an X-Men book. There is one X-Men book that I need, and I will tell you, but I think it's at the top. I'm pretty sure it's at the top of my Holy Grail list.
Really? Dude, there's so many X-Men Holy Grails I have. I just read Astonishing digitally by Joss Whedon because the omnibus is
so good.
impossible to find. But that was a really fun read. I think my grails would just be Uncanny 1 and 2, because then I have 3, and then I also don't have 4. And then I really want the Jim Lee Claremont stuff as well. I gave up on trying to collect Inferno, and I just got X Factor Volume 2 because I kind of just realized at that point I kind of like X Factor more than Uncanny. I think once X Factor starts, Uncanny X-Men is really good, but it starts to feel a little aimless.
Do you get the Epic collections?
I don't. I'm exclusively Omni. So I read Omnis, and if I can't find the Omni, I'll just read it digitally.
Oh, I can't read a digital comic. I mean, what am I, a farmer? Oh my god!
That's how I justify. If I try to go down the trade paperback rabbit hole, that's a whole thing I can't afford. So I suck it up. I hate reading digital, but I have to do it for my wallet.
Oh, I wish to God I had the discipline to not triple and double and quadruple dip. I'm trying my best. I am trying my best to not triple dip. I think double dipping is okay, but I'm trying to at least not double dip or not triple dip anymore. So I'm trying.
And now you get this beautiful community of people you can share your triple dips with.
Yeah. See, now I'm selling. I go and I'm selling some of my triple dips or my quadruple dips. I'm not selling my triple dips yet, but I'm selling some of my triple or my quadruple dips to my people over my Discord. So that's good. It's helping me. I'm not getting as much money as I'd get if I went through eBay, but then again, I sort of like the fact that I am giving a deal to people I know love comics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know there are some people that just, that buy them just for collections or just to resell them.
No, I feel exactly the same way. I refuse to scalp. I'll never. No. At the worst, if I have an out of print book and I don't like it, I will try to trade it. That's my big thing, is I like to trade because I'm like, at least that way it feels more equal. I don't want to sell something for more than it's worth to somebody because that just feels scummy. Yep. And then I also don't just want to sell it to a stranger because then you open up that Pandora's box of people are super anal, and I don't want the dust jacket has a mark on it. I'm gonna dispute this on eBay now, and it's just it's a whole thing.
See, I should trade, but I have pretty much everything. There's not a lot of omnibuses I don't have, or I would trade some stuff. You know what I mean? I've got some double dip omnibuses. Now that bothers me, having more than one omnibus. Yeah. And I had some situations like that where I've accidentally bought, you talked about Secret Warriors. I, for some reason, bought 2 Secret Warriors, and it drives me nuts. I bought 2 Fall of the Mutants. That's why I had to sell one. I do stuff like that sometimes. It makes me crazy.
It's hard to keep track of it when you're trying to collect it all because the names start to blend together. Secret Warriors, Secret War, Secret Wars, Secret War 1984. You get confused. And
then I go, oh, I don't have that, and I buy it, and then it gets here, and I go, oh shit, I've already got that, and nothing is worse. I somehow bought 2 Gail Simone Wonder Womans. They're out of print. Yeah. They're out of print, so they're impossible to get. And somehow I bought 2 of them. Oh.
That's awesome.
So, that stuff drives me crazy. But I'm trying to find the X-Men book. There is one X-Men book I don't have.
Who's
And
it by? Do you know? Or do you know what era?
It's in the 90s.
The 90s. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with 90s.
Who's your favorite Flash villain? Oh wait, you haven't read Flash yet. What are you, a farmer?
You know who my favorite Flash villain is? It's Flashpoint Batman, if that counts.
Oh, Flashpoint Batman's great.
He's got Flash in the name, so close enough.
Wes says he reads physical and digital. I wish I could read digital. Is it Eve of Destruction? Yes, it is. It's Eve of Destruction. Yes, thank you, Wes. How the hell did you figure that out? How in the hell did you figure that out? That is amazing. Yes, I need Eve of Destruction. That is my holy grail omnibus. Eve of Destruction. Holy crap.
Wow.
Which I don't even know if I could find it, but that's what it is. I don't even know if that's available. I don't even know if it's available on eBay.
I've never even heard of it. Eve of
That's what it is. Wes, how in the hell did you figure that out?
X-Men Eve of Destruction.
Oh my God. How did you get that? That is amazing, dude. I'm very impressed.
that's
very impressed that Wes figured that out.
And the beauty of this community.
Right before New X-Men. Here we go. Eve of Destruction. Let me check.
Are you looking for a...
Is it even available on eBay? Eve of Destruction Omnibus is not available. It's not even available on eBay.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's impossible to find. It is impossible, but that's the one book I need. That's my holy grail.
Oh, it's like an oversized hardcover. I see.
But just like Shatterstar and Shadowstar and Revolution's an omnibus. Operation Zero Tolerance, Shatterstar, Executioner Song, Bishop's Crossing. They're all hardcovers, oversized hardcovers.
That was really early on, right? Before they even did the omnis, because I think a lot of the omnis are just the hardcovers just smushed together, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah, I think they started omnibuses in early 2000s. Shit, so I need Eve of Destruction, but I can't even find it. It's not even available. It's not even available on eBay. I mean, where in the hell am I going to find this?
You just got to hope to God you find it at a comic book shop one day.
So
that's always the best.
X-Men Eve of Destruction, Garth Ennis, Volume 2 of The Punisher. And I need there's an early Punisher omnibus I don't have. And there might be one other one that I don't have.
But besides that, are all your purchases just new books, like pre-orders?
Oh yeah, I get the pre-orders, yeah.
But you've got everything else you already have.
Yeah, I have everything. Yeah, I love them.
That's impressive, dude.
I love comics. Oh my God.
What are some books that...
Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have Spider-Man by John Byrne.
I
don't have Spider-Man by John Byrne on the list.
There's very bad things about that run.
I don't think I'm missing much, but I don't have that.
What are omnis that you don't have and you don't want?
Oh, maybe John Byrne Spider-Man. That might be it. Yeah, because I don't, I don't feel like I'm missing much. I would like to have it just because it's the one book I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, there's no reason to have it. I mean, DC, I want everything from DC. But I have, I'm also missing Peter David's Hulk.
Ooh.
I'm missing Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
I have
That's a
2,
big
3,
one.
4, 5. I'm missing volume 1 of Peter David's Hulk. And I'm also missing. I'm missing one of the Mighty Thors, but I don't know which one. I'm missing
you-
volume 2 of the Mighty Thor, and I'm missing volume 2 of Venom.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, just weird stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I feel like a lot of this stuff, it just sounds like gap fillers. It doesn't sound like, oh, this is a must-read comic book. Rather, it's, oh, I can have this to complete the collection, but you need the Mighty Thor.
no, I don't. But it would be nice to get it.
Yeah, that's fair.
AC says, "Gotta go, guys. Thanks for being." I'm sorry, AC. I'm sorry. I'm running so late. I mean, I know I'm running an hour late, but I'm having so much fun.
That's not bad.
He says, "You were great, Yoo-hoo. You're a great guest. Please, for the love of God, go read some Flash. Good night, everyone. Hashtag Trash Can Fam. Love it. Thanks, AC. Yeah, I'm just about done, guys. I promise. I'm just about done. Sorry, I'm running late, everybody, but I'm having fun. So you know me. When I'm having fun, I go forever. Yeah, and I think my DC stuff. Here's my problem. There's not enough hours in the day, and I'm not gonna live long enough. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
I wish we could live to like 150 or 300. I would go for 300. If we could live for 300,
300?
then I would read everything.
But you couldn't, because they would keep writing.
That's good. That's fine. I'll keep reading the new stuff too.
But you think you could catch up and then read
Yeah,
everything?
I do. I think I could catch up. I think here's my problem.
Does this everything? Does this include the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and all
No,
that?
I don't collect Golden Age. I don't collect Golden Age, but Wes has tried to talk me into Golden Age Batman, and I'm holding off. However, I did buy the DC Finest, and I like it. I'm like,
Really?
son of a bitch. I wish I had never read that
So
because
you're gonna
it's
have a
not-
lot
it's
to
not
read.
Great. It's fun though.
That's what I'm saying.
Very fun.
I'm reading Golden Age Batman right now, and it's just hilarious. There's
Yeah,
an
it's
issue
fun, right?
where Alfred is literally like, the original Alfred is so different. This is a whole nother conversation, but there's an issue where Alfred is like going on a date with a woman, and he says something like, "Oh, this lady, she dates all the butlers in the area. I need to stand out. I need to impress her." And so he tells her, "What if I told you I was friends with Batman?" And she was like, "Oh, well, maybe I would go on a date with you if you were friends with Batman." And so Alfred goes back and he wears the bat. He steals the bat costume, and he walks up to this girl dressed up as Batman, talking with his Cockney accent, trying to pretend like he's. It's the most ridiculous thing. And then in the next issue,
the stories are fun.
Yeah.
I wish I'd never read some because now I'm thinking maybe the Batman Golden Age Omnibus might be a good purchase. I don't know. Chewy Queso says, here's our last question.
Okay.
Who are your top 3 favorite artists on Batman, Yoo-hoo? This is a great question. Oh my God.
Okay.
Top
So-
3 artists, and I'll answer as well. Go ahead, Yoo-hoo.
I gotta go with a Nightfall era, like artist for one of them, because that is one of like my most nostalgic Batman artists. So I'm gonna say Norm Brayfogle.
Brayfogle was good.
Is a really good pick for me because it's
Carl and Brayfogle. Back in those days, see, I was alive in the 90s, and those books were awesome. Aparo's books, Brayfogle's books, they were always great. All right.
For a more modern pick, I'm gonna go. I think I just got done with Tynion's Batman, dude. I gotta say Jimenez.
Yes,
Holy
Jimenez, the best of all time. Period. Oh, I couldn't hold myself.
That's very valid. And then I'm trying to think. I'm like torn between some of the Morrison ones. I'm torn between Quietly and Tony S. Daniel.
Tony S. Danielle's great. Love Danielle.
Yeah. I think that's what I would say.
I'm gonna go Jimenez,
Yeah.
Danielle. Oh,
You gotta go back. Go back.
and I'll
man.
tell you who I think knocks it out of the park. and we've talked about the Detective Omnibus by Mariko Tamaki.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, Dan Mora
Yeah.
is the artist. He is so good. I know they're both modern, and you guys are gonna just like Ray likes whoever the latest one is. I mean, yes, that's true, but I gotta tell you, it's great. Marshall Rogers during the Bronze Age is good.
It's hard to be put on the spot like this.
Ed Bennis is really good. Ed Bennis is good. No, I'd have to go Jimenez, Mora, and Danielle are the. But Guillaume March is very good.
Oh, dude, March, yeah.
God, there's some really good. That's a great question. Jim Aparo is very good.
I think it's kind of a cheap pick, but I think like you can't talk about Batman without talking about Jim Lee.
Yeah. Oh God, Jim Lee. Yes.
And then also Tim Sale.
Oh yes, Jim Lee. Definitely. Jim Lee. Danielle's kicked off. Sorry. No. I'll kick off Dan Mora because
There we go.
Mora has not done a ton of Batman books. He did that detective run, but that's it. All right, I'm gonna go Jimenez, Jim Lee, and Danielle.
I think that's a good list. That's a very it encapsulates the beauty of modern Batman.
But I'll tell you, Marshall Rogers. That's a great pick by Wes. That's a good pick, brother. I really enjoy. I read the Englehart stuff. Rogers is very good. It's very good.
I think there's a lot of man who does a lot of the art with Denny O'Neil. Neil Adams.
Oh God, Neil Adams. Oh shit. Yeah. All right, hold on. I gotta go Jim Lee.
Okay.
Jimenez, Neil Adams. Final three.
There we go.
That's my
There
final.
we go.
That's my final. But I think Jimenez. I think we're very gifted. I think we're very lucky that Jimenez is doing Batman now. I love Jorge Jimenez. He is fantastic. We are blessed. That Spaniard is able to draw Batman. He is amazing. I understand he's quick too.
Yeah.
DC.
One thing about his Tinian's run too that I think I don't think it's overlooked because I've seen a lot of people comment this. It's not just the pencils, it's the coloring.
Oh
the coloring in that run, like the neon gothic purple and like the deep blacks and the like neon greens. It's like almost cyberpunky, you know? I think
Jimenez is just a gift from God. I really I'm such a fan of Jimenez and Mora both. They're both current guys that I think are fantastic. I'm such a fan of their art. Such a fan. I'm really enjoy it. Howard Porter's actually good at drawing Batman. If everybody checks out any of his stuff, it's really good. But I could talk forever. I should wrap it up, brother. Yoo-Hoo, I thank you, man. You've been a great guest. You knocked it out of the park, brother. Really appreciate it. Everybody check out Yoo-Hoo. Yoo-Hoo. Check it out. All right. Hello, you're on ChubbyRay Comics. It's ChubbyRay and Yoo-Hoo. Go ahead.
Hey, Ray, you're forgetting one person that really changed the industry when it comes to art. You're forgetting Todd McFarlane.
Oh, Todd McFarlane did Batman during year 2.
Man,
one of the most underrated Batman stories of all time.
He made everybody relook at what they were doing in art and comics at the time.
Yeah.
He really did.
McFarlane, let's face it though. He's most known for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always what he did with Spider-Man changed the industry.
But then, right during that time period, he left Marvel, went over, formed Image with Spawn.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Look at
Spawn. Some of the great, if you go back to his early, what the hell did he do? He did, the early JSA stuff. Infinity Squadron or whatever. That stuff, the early Batman, his stuff in the 1980s was fantastic.
The 80s
90s,
decade was the best.
his 90s Spider-Man changed everything.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, he did.
I will
I mean,
say,
if
if
you
we're
look
talking,
at how comics pivoted after McFarlane, what he did with Spider-Man, and how everything seemed to pivot after that, Jim Lee just took that,
Mhm.
added to it, and blew it out of the park. But McFarlane, I really think he was the one that started the transition.
You gotta remember, Jim Lee was going at the same time. I mean, Lee and McFarlane were both going around the same time. And if you look
McFarlane
at
got
the
more
early
credit,
Alpha
though.
Flight stuff,
Yeah.
which is probably right around the time that McFarlane's over at DC, they're both doing some amazing stuff.
I will say with
Oh man, yeah,
McFarlane,
you're way back with Jim Lee, McFarlane, but those were they shifted. They shifted the comic feel to more of a little bit more realism. But today we have everything is being written in a cinematic form.
Well, because you had guys like McFarlane and Larson and Lee, they were all they do like whole page with one picture. You know,
Yeah.
do a whole panel. It was one page. Awesome. Great call, Carl. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
I want to say really quick with McFarlane, amazing author, undoubtedly, changed the industry. Year 2, it's an okay story. The art is decent. It's not the McFarlane we know today, in my opinion. I love McFarlane. Great artist, decent. He's a questionable writer. His Batman, though, that's not emblematic of like why I love McFarlane. It's pretty, it's cool, but he's still like developing his style. It's very early on in his career.
Look at his Infinity Squadron. Look at all that early stuff. It's when he got Spider-Man. This guy swinging from a web, and what's the rest of his body doing? He was the one who had the body going in all those positions.
Yeah.
That's what really made McFarlane. I love it. Anyway, I could talk for 3 more hours, but I have to end.
This has been a blast.
I still got to record my videos for tomorrow. Oh my God. I thank you, brother. You were a great guest. Yoo-Hoo Comic Review, youtube.com/@Yoo-Hoo Comic Review. Follow him on Yoo-Hoo. Follow him on YouTube. Follow him on TikTok. You will not be disappointed. I'm sure he will piss you off at times, but his takes are great. His time talking about the depravity of Batman. Listen, do you know what I loved about Tynan's Batman? I love the way he wrote Harley Quinn. I love the way I loved Miracle Molly. I loved Poison Ivy. I loved the way he wrote Catwoman. Tynan writes female characters amazingly. Amazing. Erica Slaughter. Oh my God. His take on female characters is really good. He's one of my favorite writers. And I loved his Batman run. And like I say, I think you appreciate it as well. And that makes me happy because a lot of people give me grief because of how I think Tynan's the best Batman run, period. I think he's great. And I like finding someone else that at least respects it. I really appreciate that. So I thank you, brother. It was a good time.
Thank you so much, Ray. I had a blast.
And I'll have you back. I'm gonna do just a night with just talking bullshit and comics. Yeah. And I want to get you and Omnibus God on.
Yeah, I was about to say, let us tag team you. Okay.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Ray.
Everybody, this has been Roundtable. Audience, you guys were great. Not enough super chats, but you guys were great. I appreciate it. Check out the ChubbyRay Comics Discord. Become a member. If you're not a member, you get videos early. And I'm sorry I didn't give away as much as I usually give away, but I was involved in conversation. But I am going to give away. I think I'm going to give away Batman Long Shadows. I think I'll be okay with just one. So I think I'm going to give this away, and I'll give this away in honor of Omnibus God. if you watch his video on YouTube. Okay. All right, guys. And of course, we're giving away Detective Comics. I'll get you guys signed up, and I will do some randos. This will be Wednesday night. I'm back Wednesday night, everybody. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. So long, everybody. Bye.
Adios.
See you guys later. That was awesome, dude.
That was so much fun.
The stream